Watch as I fail to attach this piece back to the sky. Oh, okay, we're on, yeah. Welcome everybody to Frenzy Freestyle Sundays. We're talking about our draft picks today. Shiba Kobe was early. I found crazy glue in my car. I'm not sure if it's any good or not, but I'm trying to attach a couple of broken figure pieces together with it as we talk.
Of course.
This one looks sealed. It might be good. Yeah, I did that lovely review a few weeks ago of first edition Optimus, and then right as I was done reviewing him, this piece right here, you can see the flared bit just like snapped clean off, and I was like, how did that happen? And then I looked at the pictures that I already posted in the review I'd already posted, and it was fully starting to crack the entire time, and I just hadn't noticed until it was already off.
That's funny.
So I'm gonna see if I can snap this back on, because this is a rare, expensive guy. I would very much like him to stay in one piece.
Cool.
I know.
Welcome this week, Stephen, to the stream. How are you doing?
Good. You can see I'm a little bit of a D&D stats figuring out type dork. Some posts I made, like, writing up. Some of them sound more like video game guide, and some sound more like team dynamics. But I just, whatever I felt I could get the flow out of me. So, and then I'm sure there's like some characters where people didn't know they can add stuff.
Yeah, and I tried to put together like some bullet points on like what each character on my team can do, and what they've survived, and what their abilities are, and their claims to fame and things like that.
Yeah, Johnny, welcome. How you doing?
Hey, how are you, sir?
Good.
Driving through Rock Creek Park here in lovely DC.
Always catching you on the go.
Yeah, man. Weekends, I am a busy boy.
I know how that goes.
Rolling Stone, you gather no moss.
Yes.
Yeah. Rock Creek.
All right.
Yeah, I'd be curious to see how.
Damn, I almost had it.
Are we still doing the draft? Or?
Yeah, we're doing the follow-up to the draft.
Yeah, I'll be curious to see if
Audio to work, right?
top of his could name like all 18 like G1 Decepticon cassettes that are listed on TF Wiki off the top of his head, and it's like start naming them. Whatever ones that
8.
But ToyFax doesn't get, you get to have, and vice versa, and the winning you guys. Otherwise, I was like, I know I drew up that little a team for 15. I see you two suffer for my enemies pretty much. I was like, they got like 18, an army of 18, plus like clones of Ravages are apparently a thing. I was like, yeah, they're a little bit OP.
Okay.
And then many other generic.
My cheating was bringing along a human who technically can bring his mech with him. via Jinrai.
Hey,
I like.
yeah, how do you feel about him? Do you consider him leaderish material on the same level as like a Convoy and Prime proper, or something lower than that?
He's the leader of the Earth forces, but he's not the Grand Autobot leader because he's a human most of the time.
Kind of like how in some continuities, Overlord, I think they say the Ambassador of Destruction rather than Emperor of Destruction. So he's high position, but not as high as the highest. Or I guess he's like my
he's just a guy who discovers that his truck is a mech that he can like control, and he just becomes like the senior guy of the group of humans that can do that. So, you know, like a leader of this particular bunch, but not everybody.
Well, from that series, and I don't recall, do the other humans have the same ability where essentially like the robots are just the personalities of the humans?
Yeah, not everybody. There's a few actual Transformers there too, but like the point of it is they find these transtectors scattered around the Earth and find humans that can control them and merge with them.
Okay.
So most of the Autobot cast is people instead of robots, but like you also have like Metalhawk and the Pretenders there who are just like normal Transformers too.
Okay.
They're the group that are initially like, oh, we got to find these guys. So
Got it.
and while there's some humans among the Decepticons too, there are a lot more of them are just like actual Transformers. With sort of the idea that there's evil humans being like a bit of a twist later.
Okay. Welcome, Jonathan.
What's up, everybody? Sorry I'm late.
Yeah, I want to see how
you know how we
you guys having Soundblaster and Soundwave and custody of the cassettes between the two of you.
Soundwave gets all the regular ones. Soundblaster gets all the obscure ones, like Wing Thing and Noise and Graphy and stuff like that.
Yeah, I literally on that was it that buy your cassette team for $15? I was just going off TF Wixie. They described Enemy and Wing Thing as everyone hates them, so I listed them as being for free. But because they're so hated, people might leave your team for other team just to get away from them.
Yeah. Enemy's
like,
such a funny character conceptually. So there was a bunch of you know how in the 80s they'd make all this random Transformers merchandise. There was a couple of them. There was like a walkie-talkie and a radio and stuff, and they would just be like red rumble heads, and they wouldn't be named. They were called the Decepticon Enemy. And the Transformers Wiki decided to have a little joke about it and make an entry for the Decepticon named Enemy, because clearly that's what they were referring to.
Wow.
And then later on, Takara actually just made Enemy the Decepticon, who is just an extremely red version of the Frenzy Rumble mold.
He's the actual red one. Frenzy, if you go by the cartoon, is the black one with red highlights. Enemy is the red one.
Like
Rumble is more lilac.
Enemy's mostly red with like a few blue bits. Alright, so I have the pylon attached. Now just leave it for like a day and see if it stays on. Yeah, this one broke off. This one's the good one. I don't know if it's quite straight, but I don't want to mess with it anymore. I already accidentally got a bunch of glue on my finger, so...
Oh,
yeah, you just leave it as it is. Wait for it to dry. It'll be a couple hours.
Yeah. Next up is one for Jess. A nunchuck broke off of a Ninja Turtle, so I'm going to put that back together.
Yeah, Michelangelo.
Yep.
I'm trying to remember. Is it Michelangelo that's the last Ronin?
I don't actually know.
I thought it was Raphael.
It was Raphael. No, it's Michelangelo.
You'd think it would be because he's the guy that's like that. But yeah, she got the NECA movie turtles, and one of his nunchucks is broken, so I'm going to fix that. You see this one here? It looks like he's just holding a stick of dynamite now.
Right.
How'd that happen?
I don't know. The answer is that, broadly speaking, the NECA figures are mostly designed to be on the shelf and less manipulated, so they have a lot of breakable bits. Which is a shame, because they make very nice looking figures. They're just like not very great in the hands if you want to handle and pose them. Like this looks wonderful. It's just the movie suit. Yeah. Yeah, I'm like, don't mind me. I just had all the stuff here, and like, this is the first time I sat down here like all week, so I'm like, oh, time to glue these things.
Okay.
So how did you guys feel about Michelangelo being the last Ronin?
I didn't know that until now.
Oh, was that a spoiler alert?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't care about spoilers, but you know, the rest of the internet might. I'm like, I guess they wanted a twist. That certainly is a twisty twist.
Yeah. I'll
Oh, you
spoil
have
for
all these Beast
Leonardo.
Wars
You
mail,
get him.
guys. Jeez.
This is so awkward.
Oh, what's a character
Yeah,
is that?
that's the snake Colada, or is it Colada?
Either or. And then the Archatus,
Architis. Yeah.
or as some people like to say, Chatus, like a Chad meme.
Architis was designed by a fan. Like people would submit illustrations, and that was one that got turned into an actual figure.
How recent was that?
Oh, this is like in the 90s. Because
Okay.
those are old 90s Japan Beast Wars guys.
Yeah, those are the
still get royalties off of that.
Japanese Beast Wars and the Unicron trilogy via the Japanese subs of it, because I saw one of the old US Beast Machine Dinobots, and I was like, what the hell is this?
Yeah.
And I look it up, and then I start deep diving on TF Wixie, came across the American version of Archatus, and then I start learning about Beast Wars. I like those two characters. They look cool. I want to buy them, even though I hadn't seen this show yet. And fast forward to a few years later,
the Dinobots were like, the Beast Machine's Dinobots were really sought after because it was pretty much just them releasing a bunch of Japanese characters here at retail that you could just casually buy. I remember going after them because of that. And there we go. Another thing I'm just going to leave for a day.
So, Jonathan,
Yes, sir.
Have you put much thought into your lineup from last week?
You know what? It's been such a busy week. I haven't had a chance to even maneuver or figure out how I'm going to structure my deal. I'm just pretty much going to allow Optimus to do what he did, get off the arc and just start shooting everybody.
Like, I did some bullet points on their abilities, but that was just earlier today. Like, that's about how much time I had. Though I might be able to assemble them physically. I don't have a Jinrai, but I think I have everybody else in some form.
Where did you post it? On the site?
So I can at least... Huh?
Did you post it on the site?
My lineup? No.
Oh, I thought you did it. Okay, never mind. Sorry.
and post everyone's lineups on Instagram.
Yes.
With the post showing the flyer for today. And then I wrote up a bit of tactics or dynamics for everybody's team off the top of my head from what I know, the characters.
Oh, you went Bob Budiansky on this, huh? Thank you.
Well, before, like COVID health problems in 2018, 2019, I did used to write a lot. And I could give you if it was my own story and known characters, I could just tell it orally, and then some history, I can do the same. Like early Muslim history.
Mm-hmm.
I can tell off the top of my head. I had a professor that taught Bible's literature, and he could give you like all of Jewish history off the top of his head. Just boom, 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 like a machine gun.
Yeah. I'm sure you had a chance to look at the list on IG. Anything stick out to you?
So I know I was interested in ToyFax because he has the G1 Optimus Rodimus, whereas I have the Benedron ones.
That's me.
Yeah. Then I also, because Spin had Soundwave and you have Soundblaster, I was trying to think of ways, like, so if anyone who had like a base, a bot that could turn into a base, I gave them a point. Anyone who had, so I know CYCLONUS and whoever had Tripticon, because that doesn't Tripicon in some kind of these versions. He changes into a ship of some sort. So he has a transport, and so if you had a transport, you got a point. And then CyCLONUS, because he had 2 of both of those, I gave him an extra half point. But I didn't give him a full extra point because I figured I'd be too OP. And then if a person had like for each like Optimus, Convoy, Emperor of the Destruction, so Galvatron, Megatron, Magnetron's one, Defensor, I gave a point, and so on. And then some things I gave you small point multipliers. So like if you had like whoever, I think Toy Warp had Devastator, and Liokaiser components have are 6 bot combiners. So I thought that should be rewarded for having a combiner with more robots to them. So I was like, they get a full point. Whoever had like bots with 5 bot combiners, they had 0.75. Then it was me at 3, and then Anthony at 2, since he considered Omega Prime as his combiner. And then like if someone had
your
like
2 team members are Optimus and Magnus.
And then if someone had like a Maiatic Spark character, so I know SxyLynx, Maiatic Spark being characters that can have their different components act independently of each other. So you have SxyLynx, that CyCLONUS has Overlord that Anthony has, and then I have Magmatron that can act as 3 parks, and then Energon Optimus, he has his 4 drones / limbs for his vehicles / limbs that can act as a helicopter, fire truck, a submarine, and driller tank. So he can act as 5 units instead of just 1.
But wouldn't a combiner, act as a combiner, just 1 unit, no matter if they're 5 or 6 robots? Like they wouldn't,
yeah, because I see a combiner is acting like a one singular thing, whereas Maiatic is sort of like the opposite concept of one smaller bot acting as multiple smaller components, whereas a combiner is multiple smaller bots to form one bigger thing. So I kind of see them as opposite extremes of the same type of concept. Whereas combiner gives you that quality of a really high quality robot, right over quantity. Maiatic Spark characters, you get lower quality like attack units, but you get greater quantity.
Okay. So
interesting.
Yeah, Professor D says
that's above my head.
Gonna try to come through around 9.
Think about this.
He also says that he likes Steven. It sounds like he's got some points. Some of those points he's explaining.
Was Professor D CyCLONUS?
Yes, he was.
Okay, yeah, I know his team is, at least with how I was figuring out points, did really well. Him and Charlie and me, we did the best, and there wasn't anyone who was like greatly lower than anyone, like more than a point. No, then so next up.
Wow, I must have a shit team. I haven't heard my boss at a positive like yet. I got the shit team.
Well, Michael Bay got most of your team killed.
Well, look, that's why I picked him up. He's the ultimate murderer of Transformers, Or G1,
yeah, I saw
G1
the IDW big shots like a planet killer, like Vegeta and Dragon Ball Z during the Saiyan stuff. I saw that. I was like, "Ooh, that's cool. I like that."
That's funny.
Well, Johnny had Predaking on his team, and then as soon as Michael Bay showed up, Predaking's like, "I'm done. I'm out."
Right.
You know what? Honestly, I wish I understood and knew some of the characters, especially like Anthony and Steven. These guys I just don't know them well enough. I don't know the series well enough to understand how powerful some of these guys are. You know what I mean? So really, I kind of was handcuffed because I'm a G1 guy. Primarily.
My whole team is G1.
Yeah, I know somebody
I'm with you,
but I'm kind of a purist, I guess.
Well, Johnny, I got a ship for you. So you know how you pick Shelf Bomber, Megatron?
Mm-hmm. Well, I wanted Dark Energon Megatron. I don't know if that's his alt mode is Stealth Bomber.
So, like during when post-war, when the Transformer books divide into robots in disguise, and Morden meets the Eye. Even though he gets a lot of the Decepticons have been in prison, he manages to execute a plan from prison to have a Decepticon uprising from prison. He gets Bombshell to put Prowl under his control and forcibly makes him the new head for Devastator in their combined mode.
Wow.
Yeah, Prowl Stater, I remember that.
Prowl Stater.
So I described him as self-bomber Megatron is a danger to his enemies even from prison. If you think you have his team on the rope, actually probably moving the pieces of his plans into position for him.
Interesting.
Okay.
Wow.
Nice. Basically, cornered animal. A cornered wounded animal, which animals are supposedly the most dangerous.
Yes. Oh, yes.
It's
like
been.
Yes.
What we should do is put every team name into the wheel of names, and then we'll just have them like a bracket since there's 10 of us, and pair us up, and then as we go, we'll go against the person we'll go against and discuss. And then, as the voters look at it, we take a team off until we have one left. But it sounds like it's going to be between Anthony and Steven.
Yeah, that's what it's looking like.
I'd just like to point out that the only figures of RID, Optimus, and Magnus I have are these minifigures that can't combine, so I just stood them on top of each other to represent Omega Prime.
Well, I like the album.
There you go, that's Omega Prime.
It's very Wu-Tang-like.
Yep.
Yeah. As most of my guys, I'm just going to transform this little Optimus and have him represent Jinrai, because I don't actually have a Jinrai figure.
Yeah, I'm curious how Jonathan would justify it, because I saw what would make Tarn, since he's a DJD guy, like work with Optimus and Rodimus. What has to be a severe threat to Decepticons and Autobots a lot that Tarn's like, I will work with Optimus Prime and Rodimus.
Well, since I don't know enough about him, I would say that Optimus probably greenlights him being able to torture someone just to get the victory.
I think we picked our bots on
That's
strength
messed
and
up.
Yeah, I agree.
battle and tactical capabilities rather than
Right. Because, based off you guys' team, you guys have killers, and I needed a killer to deal with a killer.
The type of villain that someone would have to come up with, because he's more dedicated to the Decepticon cause than even Megatron and Soundwave. That's how hardcore Decepticon is.
Yeah, he's like a Transformer.
I don't know about him working with Optimus, but like he did try to kill Megatron when Megatron became an Autobot. So that he's not above turning against his own people.
There you go. So I got a hit, man. He's like my Joe Pesci of my team.
Love Joe Pesci.
Willing to do
the grunt work, yeah. You see how Optimus froze up when Hot Rod was being held hostage. Tarn is taking the shot, even if he has to shoot Hot Rod in the shoulder to get the Megatron.
Anyway, I got my team all lined up here, nice, so they're ready to go whenever.
So what we're gonna do? We're gonna put everybody in the wheel of names and then kind of mark them off that way. You want to do that, Spin?
Yeah, we'll set that up in a few minutes.
Okay.
Shiva Kobe says that she got Leo Prime last week, and she had to use the instructions to transform him. He wasn't entirely intuitive to transform, which Professor D then replies, Shiba Kobe means you got your money's worth.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm actually gonna open one of these guys.
Oh, SG Grimlock? AKA Grimlock in Trypticon's colors, because that's exactly what they were doing with them.
This thing is huge. You won't be upset when you see it in person.
I haven't posted pictures of him yet, but I got him last week, and he's great, man. I love him.
I'm really surprised he didn't sell out.
Yeah, I'm surprised too.
But like I was telling, me and Charlie had a little conversation about that. But I would suggest getting him if you have it, because once the rest of the Dinobots come out, he's going to be very expensive.
Very, very. It's gonna be like Jetfire.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I managed to catch that reprints of Motor Master on via Entertainment Earth. I saw Rodimus Primal post about it, and I was like, oh, let me get that up now instead of paying eBay.
Yeah. It's good that they're making that available again for people at least.
Hey, Charlie, how's it going?
Pretty good. How you doing?
Well, good. Good as well.
Alright, finally leaving the house.
Yeah,
I made
Shiba
your
Kobe.
pickup something this weekend for life.
Oh, okay.
Shiba Kobe says, I'm surprised somebody actually picked up Legacy Tarn at Wally World last week. And I'm like, oh, never mind. Megatron Avatar helmet.
Yes.
Oh,
Megatron Rant Sona.
Got 30% off.
Yeah, I noticed there was a buzzing.
Mm-hmm. They track down where it's coming from.
Oh, well, it's not Jonathan.
oh, Anthony, I gave you the hookup with Rat Trap. I said that, and you'll know what episode I'm referencing. So, despite his small size, Rat Trap can overtake a base bot from within alone.
Yeah.
You know, when the Axelon security locks him out, and he takes it back out. And then I said that while outside,
Yeah, one of the reasons I...
Go. Yeah, say what you're going to say.
Yeah, I was going to say, he has a pretty consistent history of taking on threats that are much more powerful than him and winning because he's got skills and cunning. So that's why I stuck him on my team. Ooh, look at that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Whose background is that?
Lee Prime is a combiner killer. He's like a base killer.
I can
Yeah,
barely hear you.
basically. So Shattered Glass Grimlock, as he was written in the comics, he's a smart Grimlock, like in Grimlock's New Brain, because Shattered Glass is the mirror universe, right? So he's already smart. That's his personality. In the comics that he was in, but he's evil because the Autobots are evil in Shattered Glass. But he is his smart personality, and they specifically wrote him to have the quirk where instead of saying "me Grimlock," he says "I Grimlock" because he's like all refined when he talks.
Oh, he has an
It's
associate
like I
degree.
Grimlock believe that this and that and so in my infinite intellect.
I love it. That is hilarious.
Yeah, the big shame is IDW doesn't have the comic license anymore, so this new Grimlock is the first one to be released without an IDW comic about him, right? All the other ones up until this point got that series, you know.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I didn't even pay attention to that. You're right. It didn't come with it. It's the first one I've gotten.
Yeah,
I've gotten like 6 of them, 7.
Yeah, there was a 5-issue mini, and then there was another 5-issue mini. The first two guys, Optimus and Ratchet, in that 2-pack, they didn't come with an issue because they weren't Shattered Glass yet. They hadn't decided to make a whole line out of it. But starting with Blurr, there was 10 releases, and every one of them came with a comic issue about them. And then, they also just collected those and wrote the 2 mini-series out of it, too. So it was like... What was the order? It was like Blurr, Megatron, Starscream, Goldbug, and Jetfire was the first series. And that was 5 issues. And then the second series was Blaster and Rewind, Magnus,
Soundwave.
Slicer, Flame War, and then Soundwave was the last issue, number 5.
You think we'll get that Devastator and Omega Doom?
Gosh, I would have said no, but, they just made the Guardian robot, so, who the hell knows at this point? If they're willing to do that, then they'll do, everything. Shattered Glass Devastator, to my knowledge, he is in, rescue colors. He's, white and red.
Yeah, just like a damn candy cane, but I thought it was a cool concept.
Yeah, because they're the good version, so they really do. So they help people. So they have rescue colors.
Yeah.
And they've
Are
never
Beast
made a
Wars
figure
in
of him
Shadow Claws?
before. He just
Sorry,
they
go ahead.
sort of did. There was like a concept at the end of an issue. It wasn't very well put together. It was just a couple of splash pages, but yeah, they gave everybody alternate color schemes, and the Autobot, the Maximals were evil, and the Predacons were good, and Waspinator was written as being like a Terminator type personality instead of an idiot. Just stuff like that.
That's funny.
I wonder if they're going to bring.
But see, this was all. Yeah, this was all back in the BotCon comics days, and I haven't read those because you had to be a fan club member to get those. So I'm only really familiar with the new IDW stuff.
Hmm.
Yeah, all right.
Well, Steven, if you hear me, actually check your IG message for.
Okay. I just realized I keep on pressing on the lower left corner not the mic icon. So that's why I kept on having my mic off my on, because I didn't realize that was there and I kept on pressing. But wait, what were you about to say about Instagram?
Go to Instagram for a minute. I just messaged you on there.
Oh, okay. Let me give me a check. Instagram.
Don't feel bad. My computer does the same, so I'm just doing it from my phone from now until I get a new computer.
Yeah. Oh, I was expecting that chair to dramatically turn around to reveal Toy.
I know, like he's holding a white cat.
Yeah.
Low truck round.
Hey, any of
So
you guys
Shattered
ordered
Glass Ravage.
any of you guys ordered the roller from Showzy store?
The transforming
No.
roller.
I think he's a 6-inch.
I had
The
the
masterpiece.
MSC roller.
That one.
I don't know if he's Masterpiece, but I've seen him on Show Z. They have two different colors, one in the Optimus Prime colors and then
there we
the
go.
gray one.
Yep, I ordered both of them.
Yeah?
And Bill's
The
here
MSC
too.
roller.
Masterpiece. That's pretty
Oh,
sweet.
Oh
shit.
yeah, nice.
Was that like a Halo version? Oh. That's pretty cool. Is he
That's
turning into a Jeep or he
virtual
turning into an
IDW
actual roller?
comics.
Like roller that goes in the Prime's trailer?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
He's like,
This is
it's
the
a
thing.
little complicated. In IDW, there was a guy named Roller, and then later on he went missing, and he was a friend of Optimus's, so Optimus named the little buggy after him. And that's his
Didn't he
original
die in IDW?
design there.
He got blown up, right?
Well, I mean, they thought he was dead. It was a bit more
Put a bomb in
complicated
his
than
head,
that, but
didn't
go read the comics.
it wouldn't surprise me if Roller was Dion.
I think they put a bomb in his head or something in IDW and killed him. Because he came with the bomb.
No.
MMC toy came with the little toy prop bomb.
Interesting.
It's from Mod Fans.
Oh, the Transform
Yeah.
Roller?
Yeah. They got a gray or silver version and a red and blue one coming out.
Yeah, I went with the gray one. It's more traditional to me.
I got both. I couldn't decide.
Yeah. Well, it's not that expensive. It's only like
I saw the
$35, so it's not too bad.
Charlie, you sound like me. I got both because I just couldn't decide. That's my shit.
Like, screw it.
Rich people sayings, huh?
It's $30. It'll probably be $130 next year.
Yeah, right?
Who sounds like they're broadcasting from a hang glider?
Or a sex toy.
No, what's happening, man? You ain't sure it's not me.
Oh, where's the music coming from? Are we going to get copyright struck?
Oh, that's my phone.
Yeah, that's
There's
not
no
me.
music playing here.
Who it is?
Check. One,
Sounds
two.
like a fan or something blowing into the mic.
Yeah.
Or a cheap ass lightsaber.
Did it stop?
Nope. It's fluctuating.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not my fan.
Mr. Bach, if you could maybe change it to push to talk, then it won't be buzzing the whole time. There we go. Oh, never mind.
It's like,
I think we just got to live with that for a minute. He can't mute his mic because he's gone. Oh, there we go. There we go. All right. Excellent. Okay.
Wow.
Teams. We all got them. I assembled mine right over here, mostly, sort of. I kind of had to cheat a little bit. I don't have a Jinrai, so there's a little human-sized Optimus standing in for him. And I don't have a combining Omega Prime, so I just took my small Optimus and Magnus and stood them on each other's shoulders. I'm like, there, that's their combined form. But
yeah, I should have pulled mine out.
Other than that, these are my guys. And earlier today, I made like a write-up full of like death battle-esque points about each of them and what they can do and why I think they'll win. And I'm like, if I can get my camera freaking.
I got a question for all of you. Who was the first one taken out on your team?
I have to pull up my team.
None of them.
Yeah, I pretty well got the team I wanted.
I mean,
for me, I think it's my Headmaster Gort.
Well, I mean, if Jinrai gets to call his giant robot, he's fine. If he doesn't, he's screwed. So he would be first otherwise. Rat Trap will never die. I'm gonna go with Star Convoy by default because he's an Optimus and they do tend to die sometimes. Omega Prime is only half Optimus, so maybe he has that immunity. It's a matter of record. Like, the wiki has an article on the many deaths of Optimus Prime because it's a thing he does. And in fact, RID Optimus here is one of the very few to never actually die in any continuity. So he has that going for him, which is nice.
Nice.
They thought he was dead for a bit, but he survived. I mentioned it in my bullet points. In their combined form, he was at the Earth's core, doing his big final battle against Galvatron, and the Earth's core collapsed on him. They're like, oh, he's gone. And then later on, he just is like, no, I lived. So he can survive having a planet's core collapse on him. So that's why he's on my team.
I might have to do some homework on your team and really just look at these guys.
Mine would probably be Chip.
Yeah, I know
if we're
nothing
going to
about
be honest, if there's no
transmetal
holds barred, everybody's human should be the first one dead.
Right.
I
don't know.
Not mine
Chip,
if he's got
his
mech.
I don't know. Chip is pretty intelligent. I don't see him going out like that.
Yeah, and Michael Bay's the director. He can just direct things.
Oh yeah, you
Starscream.
You literally have
I
the
know-
hand of
looking
God
at
on your
Anthony's
side.
team. I'm looking at everyone's team on Instagram on Children of Primus on Instagram, and I don't know anything about Beast Wars Transmetal 2 Megatron. I know nothing about this guy.
Okay, so what did I write for him? So this is the regular Beast Wars Megatron. He took the spark of Generation 1 Megatron into his body for a power boost and got dunked in lava. This guy came out. He's actually, old-fashioned Transformer size, not small size like the rest of the Beast guys. He's a dragon. He can shoot fire and ice out of his mouth. He was almost the strongest character on the show. Like, every one-on-one fight he did, including with Big Optimal Optimus, he won every single one of them. Only Tiger Hawk was stronger than him because he had like magic powers. So yeah, he's that, and because he's Beast Wars Megatron, he's a schemer and a strategist. Like, he'll spin plans, he'll pit people against each other, he'll create agendas. If he has to team up with people, like in this situation, he's absolutely going to betray them at a moment's notice, and probably is already working on how he's going to do that. But yeah, this is just his final form, his most powerful form because of all the crazy mutations. Oh, and also in Beast Wars, people are reluctant to fight him because it might be the original Megatron Spark in there, who's a bad guy, but they're like, we don't want to mess the timeline up by accidentally destroying it, He still has important things to do. So that's who he is. He's just like a powerful Megatron that can be a dragon and has all the same tactical mind of the regular one, but now he's in like a really strong body.
So who would his comp be like in the G1 series? Someone who I would know, like far as strength level goes. Like who would be a good clone?
I'd say I'm gonna go with SxyLynx because he's also a big dragon. There's no big dragons in G1 really that are on that level.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
So I didn't want to pick Bulkhead, but I had to pick an Armada character, and I didn't know. I was running out of time. People forget that we had time limits on these picks. I picked Bulkhead. I know he's big, and hopefully he can like take punishment. I know nothing about him, even though I have his legacy figure. I kind of like that, but I don't know a lot about him as a character.
I'm eagerly waiting.
So who's the new guy? Boobs and bots. we have some fresh meat up in here, or what?
Frequent commenter Stephen Bach. We've definitely seen him in the comments plenty of times.
A lot,
yeah. Okay.
Welcome, that's Stephen Bach. Boobs and bots.
Yeah.
Yes, he's just setting up.
He of the name that I don't want to say too much, or else YouTube will strike us. I know it doesn't actually work like that. I'm just
B&B. B&B.
Yeah, B&B.
Yeah.
There, it stands for bed and breakfast.
You're from Virginia, right? B&B. Can you hear me?
I think he's getting his headset working.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what took me so long.
What?
Getting the headset going. Oh yeah, you got everybody's picks there.
I got to get these earbud things untangled.
Perfect.
Luckily, my cat came back in the front yard on his own. But yeah, let me mute my mic again.
You're not buzzing anymore. Perfect.
Perfect. Okay, so I got everyone's
bad thing.
list on here. I think I just about fitted it, I believe.
Oh, I was gonna say the Skywarp. So since I saw you had G1 Shockwave, that Hasbro has Transformers Official, they posted a meme where it's like, who is your favorite Decepticon and who is Soundwave? And you wrote Shockwave wrong. You're only spelled it half right.
No, they asked why is it Shockwave? I mean Soundwave. I saw that post too.
I got tired of seeing my comment get liked a bunch of times. I was like, oh my god, why can't I get this attention on my own post instead of my comments on other people's stuff?
Well, Calvin in the comments says 6-shot will mess them badly because Beast Wars Neo Galvatron will destroy Transmetal Megatron. Tarn and the crew will destroy and distort. That's a powerhouse, folks.
I don't know. Beast Wars Neo Galvatron. I think Megatron might be stronger than him. This is the final form version. This is the guy that beat up Optimus like 3 times because he was stronger than him.
Yeah, I hadn't had to use any earbuds like normally I have to use them once or twice a week. But the last day of May, I wouldn't have been using them for 2 months. So I was like, where did I put the 2 months ago almost? And they were literally right by my bedroom door in a bag. So I kept on walking by him every time. I'm like, where is it? Where is it?
Are they in the hallway? You look for your phone and you're holding it in your damn hand.
I have done that with my glasses, where I have them on my face or I have them hooked on the collar of my shirt, and I just look. I'm like, oh, I'm dumb.
Well, that's better than using your phone as a flashlight looking for your phone. I've done that a couple times.
Or leaving your kid on top of the car.
Yeah.
Oh, there he goes. Yeah, I couldn't see where my cat went, so I had to go track him down.
Fans
Read your
toys.
comics and watch them.
Toy
on-
deco.
Ooh,
Oh,
Toy Colors Astro Train.
Yeah.
He of the
toys.
rainbow chest.
Exactly.
Are you getting the Japanese version too?
Yeah, I have it pre-ordered.
Nice.
Point of order, Calvin. This is not Transmetal Megatron. This is Transmetal 2 Megatron. This is the big dragon. And you can't watch manga. You read manga. I'm just stirring up trouble for no reason.
Okay, so question for Steven. So out of everyone's list, we've kind of gave a rundown of everyone's abilities and like who would win and lose within each one. Oh my gosh, it's a stranger. This guy, he's alive.
Yeah. Who is he? Is he new?
That's right.
I'm the guy who's like that's been Keems on inviting for I don't know how many months now. And I've been in the comments.
Hockey guy.
Ah.
Got his name. I know he's a hockey guy.
The hockey guy.
Yeah, legally Steven Bach.
You guys are out of the season.
So you guys are having a draft without me?
Wait.
Uh-oh.
We had a
someone
draft.
else.
Past tense.
Everybody's gone quiet.
Roddy, my gosh.
Everybody's like quiet. Like,
It got
are you
quiet.
guys are that afraid?
It got quiet because we were talking about you before you came in.
Yeah.
Talking bad about you.
Hold on,
Calvin
gotta
is saying,
refresh it
what's
on my
up?
end here.
Long time no see.
Okay, I see Calvin
I
now.
know. I've been busy with work and a whole bunch of other stuff.
Yeah, I know how life goes.
Yeah. Okay, so where we at the draft pick? So, because I got to make up my picks here.
Well,
We already made them.
Well,
We
you know
made
what?
them last
I
time.
already made them.
But
I thought this was
I
part
guess,
two. I thought you guys
last
were,
time on
I thought you
Children
guys
of
were
Primus.
going to put some more.
No, now
No,
what we're gonna do is like out of all the drafts, we're gonna see whose drafts win between everyone, and we're gonna kind of formulate it where, as ToyFax suggested, we're gonna pick names to kind of do like a two-way battle between two different drafts, and then Steven's going to kind of mention the abilities of those separate teams.
And then
Yeah,
we
so,
all
like,
vote on
How
that
many
match.
players? Wait, hold on.
You
How
would
many
be.
players did we
You would
pick
make
here?
11. Well, Calvin can come in and make it even, right? If he comes in, maybe Calvin. I don't know.
Yeah, but okay, but how many
but who?
figures or like how many characters that we are allowed to pick altogether?
I think
'Cause
we
I'm
went with
making it
5
pick,
and 1
I guarantee
human.
that.
It was six bots. Only one can be a combiner. One's a wild card pick,
Yeah.
i.e., you get whatever random series, and you have to pick something from that series, which you get more time to pick the research if you don't know the series, and one humanoid or human character as your seventh spot.
Six
And
spots
some
for
people
one
like
team,
picked
right?
like human Rodimus. Someone picked it was Anthony picked up what's his name? Jinrai, the guy that pilots the convoy mecha. The not Optimus Prime. That looks like Optimus Prime mecha.
So
Spare body.
I'll, like I said, I'll make my pick and I'll catch up to everybody within 2 picks. Okay. So mine will
So
be.
yeah, by the way, I did not have Ratchet Prime.
No, we
I
need
mean, I don't
Calvin
mind
to
having
play
an
if we're going to make it
extra
even.
bot, but because I would have one more bot than everyone else if you kept that in there.
Can I offer a trade to Charlie?
Are you trying to trade away Michael Bay?
Michael Bay for Vector Prime.
Yeah, I saw that Vector Prime, like he's like a multi-universe singularity, and that time travel and all sorts of crazy stuff. So he's pretty OP.
The singularity thing eventually ended, but yeah.
True.
He's an observer.
Yeah, kind of like the Watcher in Marvel.
I gotta wait for Calvin in order to make my picks. Oh, that's because I would have destroyed all of you guys.
Supplemental draft.
As you can tell, I can prepare.
Destroy everybody's universe.
Michael Bay is like the one above all.
Speaking of which,
oh, there we go.
In the Marvel universe.
There's Calvin.
Yep.
Cow.
10 people fully. There we go.
That's okay.
Yeah.
A lot of people's gonna get fired on Monday. Sorry. Expect news to everybody. Yeah, that person that was driving that car earlier, my drone was following him, but he did not know that. You got a speeding ticket.
But tomorrow's a holiday for us,
Monday
so we're not
off.
getting
It's
fired.
a holiday. Yeah.
You think that? You gonna get written up too for not coming in.
Bro, that's like my nightmare. Don't even joke about that.
Hey, there's a whole movie based on that, getting fired on your day off.
Right.
I'm not even supposed to be here today.
Yeah. Said you got to be real stupid to get fired on your day off.
So yeah, I kind of think y'all going out to the list.
Do you have your pick?
Oh man, I don't. I got my own pick that I had. That's why I said that. Like how many choice do I have? Like, well, I need to pick 6 or do I need to pick 10? How many I need to pick?
Well, you know what? I've got my pen and paper right now. If you guys can think of 6 robots, one of them being a combiner, then you have a wild card pick of a robot from any of the universes and one human, and you can quickly name off your characters. We'll throw them in.
One Titan, only one Titan.
Mm-hmm.
No God.
Yeah, you remember the list, right? Like who has already been picked.
Okay.
So I'll
The
double
list
check
is on
behind
IG
me.
if you need it.
Let me pull it up right there.
Can you put it? You can put it in the chat, maybe. No.
Well, no. Okay. So my IDWS.
Somebody can't see that shit.
I got my notebook. I got everybody's teams written down already. So if I hear a name that I recognize, I'll be like, actually.
Don't worry. Oh, these guys here. Okay, I'm gonna give you my picks. You ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, so IDW, Decepticon Justice Division.
Wait, the whole division?
Which one?
Well, someone has Tarn already.
Well, you can't pick the division.
Yeah, you have to
pick one. Unless you wanted that to be like your combiner, quote unquote.
Well, I already have Tarn, so you can't do it.
No, but hold
Which
on.
one?
Which
Tor?
character did you take?
Tarn.
No, but which Tarn? Did you take Tarn from Cyber Universe, or did you take Tarn from IDW?
They picked they just said Tarn.
I never really specified which universe I took. I guess the one you want.
ToyFax who picked Tarn.
Specifically the one you want.
Well, there you go. I'm sticking with my Decepticon Justice Division, IDW. You can put that down. My humanoid is that captain guy with a mustache.
Well, you can't pick a whole crew. You have to pick a member of the crew.
No, why can't I pick the? That's my.
Can you name anybody on that team that isn't Tarn?
Oh wait, are you saying that whole?
But they don't combine though.
Is your entire pick?
Yeah.
Like all your picks?
Holy crap!
Okay, but then
that's what I'm saying to you. I'm gonna pick, or do you want me to like?
Well, no. What we could do then is you could take the whole DJD, but Tarn is not included because he's already taken out. So you get the rest of the crew.
I don't see. Hold on. I don't see IDW. Nobody specifically said which Tarn.
ToyFax has Legacy Tarn.
Yeah, ToyFax picked Tarn.
Look, as much as Cyberverse is a great show, the fact is nobody cares about that version of Tarn. Everybody means the IDW one.
Yeah.
like 5 people watched Cyberverse. I was one of them.
Okay.
I had no idea he was even in.
All right.
Cyberverse.
Okay. You're right.
I didn't know
This is
even.
what I'll pick. Okay. He was. Okay, so I'll go like this then. Okay, you ready?
Mhm.
I'm gonna go. Hold on. Did anybody pick Shockwave by any chance?
Oh yeah.
Yes,
Yeah,
that's
he's
been
gone.
Okay.
You can have the
Alright,
female
okay. So who do I
Tarn.
go? I'm gonna go with IDW. Hold on. IDW Drift.
Okay.
Okay.
Ooh.
Michael Bay Lockdown.
Oh,
Okay.
That's a good pick.
Okay.
Mhm.
Right. Who else?
Wait, don't you and Calvin supposed to go back and forth?
Oh, okay. Calvin, you want to
Right.
go back and
Okay.
forth?
So Calvin, you pick 2, and then we'll come back to Mike.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Let me see. I think I picked my assassin. What's his name? Bulgin. I pick him.
Okay.
Bludgeon?
And then you said for a combiner? Yes or no?
Yeah, and you can pick a combiner now.
Yeah, let me get God Neptune, bro.
Ooh.
That's good. He hasn't been picked.
So, yeah. So that's the Beast Wars version of the Seacons. They got a repaint.
Okay.
Yeah, is that the one from Beast Wars 2nd?
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
they're space pirates.
Okay. So we'll go 2
They're,
for 2. then,
they're
okay?
hilarious.
Never even
We'll
heard
go
of
2
him.
for 2.
What is it? Is it Skella that has the hots for scuba?
Yeah.
So are we gonna go 2 for 2, right?
Yeah, we can
Well,
do 2.
now that the precedent has been established, yes.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So we're going 2 for 2. Okay, so my next one. Hold on. What was the 2 that I picked already?
IDW Drift and Michael Bay Lockdown.
Right, and then my next one is going to be the leader of the Cybertronian Empire, Jaxus.
Ooh.
Marvel.
Excellent.
Ooh.
Okay.
Right? And then my next one is I need a combiner, right? So
Yeah.
I'm going to go with is it Armada? Anthony, you will tell me. I think it's Armada, which is Optimus Prime and Ultra Magnus. They're like brothers and they combine together.
Prime.
I already got that guy. You're
Omega
talking about
Prime?
Omega Prime? Yeah,
Yeah.
I got him
Yeah.
on my team.
Oh, you got him?
And CYCLONUS has Armada Optimus that combines with that Armada jet fire, but he hasn't picked the jet fire.
Yeah, it's RID that's the combiner.
No one's picked the Cybertron Optimus Prime. I
Got them
know.
right here on each other's shoulders. To symbolize the combination these little guys
Okay,
can't do.
so hold on.
I don't think anybody got Ruined Nation.
I was gonna
Whoop.
pick that.
Yeah, no one
Ruination
has
one.
him.
Okay, I'll go with Ruination.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what the Wrecker combiner.
Yeah,
Are you going with the Wrecker Combiner or the Bruticus repaint?
the record. No, the Wrecker combiner.
Okay, the Fall of Cybertron guy, yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead, Calvin.
Oh boy. Also, let me get the Galvatron from Beast Wars Neo that's infused with Galvatron's power. Let me get that guy,
With
and then
Unicron's
also let
power?
me. Yes. So let me, and there's another one that I want to. It's Magmatron. That's another one.
I got him.
Yep, he's already taken.
Oh, you got Magmatron bracket IDW
Well,
on bracket.
Oh,
Maybe
you
Calvin
know
is
what?
doing.
I take that back. Let's go with the Megatron X. I think it's one of the 4. Because there's Tarn. There's a scientist that rips them apart. I forgot his name. I can't think his name. And there's a lady too.
Toy Warp has Megatron X.
I'm talking about the 4, the Heralds. There's 4
the
Heralds, bro.
Don't mess with Calvin. He knows what he's talking about.
You gotta ask Anthony about that.
What? Man, oh
Yeah,
man,
I-
come on, bro.
I don't
Come
know
on,
those.
man. You gotta be playing with me right
Silver
now.
Surfer?
Yeah, if you
Megatron
say so, if y'all
Frankie
haven't
Nova.
read that, bro, y'all lost. Y'all is lost. It's 4 heroes, bro. It's a scientist. It's an assassinator. I forgot their names, but it's Wonder Mug, the scientist. He is no joke. I forgot his name, but they're part of his team.
Silver Surfer, Frankie Nova.
And if you can say Silver Surfer,
Hey, hold on, wait, no, he can't
you
make
can
it to
crack
you
jokes all day. It's okay. You can do that. You know what I mean? I'm just trying. I forgot the name. That I might have to go back and do research again tonight because
I'll
I
Google
know
it. Who is it again? The Heralds of who?
Harold's Megatron X.
Okay.
Oh, Harold.
Oh, I'm unclear on what's been on who whose
See,
heralds
see,
were.
that's what I'm saying, man. I do my stuff differently, bro.
Johnny, we got to step our game up because if we're gonna compete like them, I got to ask you: Did you get regular
Are you talking
unleaded
about-
or super unleaded Optimus Prime?
Exactly. I got 90. I got 93. I got 93 grade.
All right, so Calvin, did you make your 2 picks?
Yeah, I did, but I forgot the dude's name. It's a scientist from one of the heroes of Megatron X.
Are you talking about from the Cyberverse, or which line are you talking about?
Yeah, it's from the Cyberverse.
Maybe Anthony or Spin can pull up TF Wixie and
But they
check.
are in IDW too. They are in IDW comics too.
Yeah, I don't say anything about the Heralds. I'm on this page, the wiki page. I don't know.
Johnny, if you're getting 93 octane Optimus Prime, I get the Japanese exclusive 105 octane Optimus Prime.
Well, you know what? I have an electric vehicle now. I'm a fancy electric vehicle owner now. So give me the EV version of Optimus.
Make sure you have your
Energon version.
Hey John, make sure you have your gas generator in the back trunk in case when you run out of electricity there.
Now I just throw some solar panels on the roof.
Okay, so I got to go for my next 2 picks.
Yes.
One of them's a random and one of them's a human.
Okay, so
no, it's 6 bots and 1 human.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah, but
There's
one of
6
the bots is a random.
Okay, so
yeah,
this one here is
5
Marvel's.
bots you pick, 1 random and then 1 human, so 7
Okay.
total.
So this is my random one. So, you ready? Marvel's Last Autobot.
Oh.
Yeah, no idea who that is.
I have no idea what that is either.
Bring it
It's
up.
a
Bring it up,
failsafe activated when Cybertron's in jeopardy.
Damn.
Yeah, isn't the art figure, the Kingdom art figure, kind of like designed to look like him in the face?
Yeah.
He's the last Autobot, man. He's the last of the defense.
He changes into a
And then-
spaceship.
Yeah.
You find a good
And
photo
then
there.
I guess my humanoid is that that character.
Go back.
He's like a captain with a mustache, and he has like the bandana.
Jack Sparrow.
Anthony, you know
Bros.
which one I'm talking about?
You talking about from season 3, the swindler guy?
Sorry.
What series? What series?
Like he's a human, and he's in what's called G1 series.
Oh, you talking about Raul?
With Rodimus Prime as not Raul. Is it Raul? He's like a space captain, and he was there with.
Oh, you're talking about Dirk.
wife.
You talking about Dirk Manus?
That's it.
Oh, yes.
Shady
Yeah,
ass
the guy
Dirk.
with a porn
Mimic
stash.
dust Dirk.
Is that the guy that stole the super weapon of the Unicron?
No,
That's
from the
probably
Quintessons, and he healed the Technobots
Oh,
Yeah,
after
the human.
after he hit and quit Marissa Fairborn.
Yeah, exactly.
He was ripping off
What a
everybody.
freaking-
There he is.
Quintessons.
My bad.
Great. There goes Marissa. There goes my Marissa Fairborn. Yep.
I believe they.
Marissa.
Anthony, didn't they have a daughter? Him and Marissa Fairborn.
No. Did they? Maybe. Hang on.
Can I
Whoops.
can I make one more pick? Like one little special pick?
He looks like evil Tom Selleck.
You never know. He might be good, Tom Selleck.
What's that human guy's name?
He's my.
Oh yeah,
they
he's
do
got a
have a
dog
kid.
later on in the
Sue Fairborn.
Did they?
Yeah, they did.
in
No
recent
shit.
recent
So that's Lady J's granddaughter.
Yeah.
Wow.
I hit that. I hit her hard.
Yeah.
You said
from
Lady
Unite
J?
Warriors.
Popular
So
child. Like a popular.
Yeah,
guy.
Marissa
So that's
Fairborn is
all
Flint and Lady J's kid.
What?
yeah.
I didn't know
Yeah.
they had a child.
Yeah, no, this is like actually canon. Well, okay, the Lady J thing had to be confirmed outside of the show, but there's an episode where, we see a hologram of Marissa's father, and it is just Flint but older.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Like same voice actor and everything, because
Okay.
it's like used to like
Can I
New
make
or
like
somewhere.
a special pick?
Yep.
You gonna make it?
How many is he up to?
He has IDW, Drift, Bay, Lockdown, G1 Jaxus, Record Combiner, Ruination, Marvel, Last Autobot, whoever that human dude was. So he has one more robot pick. That's not a combiner.
Who, me?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, Mr. Yeah,
Okay,
boy.
My last robot pick is okay. So my last robot pick is what's called the Transformer Prime Scraplets. The little things that like to eat Autobots and Decepticons.
That's clever.
I mean, you got people who someone has Bombshell and Insecticons can produce duplicates. Someone has Scourge who can produce duplicates. So I feel like that's a fair pick for him to have. I don't know how to produce.
Anybody pick Crimzik? Remember Crimzik?
The electric
I was
gremlin.
actually thinking about him.
Yeah.
I was actually thinking about it, but I said forget.
This
I'm gonna go with
motherfucker.
Scraplets because I'm gonna eat you guys.
Was it? No, it's
Well,
is
to
it
quote
Cosmic
Simon
Rush
Furman,
Scraplets
we'll
or
give
both
them
that
the
if you
worst
just take
case of
soap and
indigestion
water,
you've
it gets
ever
rid of them?
Nice.
Crimson.
Crimson.
Yeah.
How'd you get a blue one?
All right, Calvin.
He came
Where's that
with
from?
He came from they came in yellow and blue. I'm trying to think of which figure this came with. I think it came with the MMC Megatron, the R28.
Nice.
Re-releasing that too,
okay.
I believe, yeah.
It's a third party, that's why I don't know about it.
Yep.
Oh boy. So what? I get 2 more picks.
Okay, Calvin, you're on deck, Calvin.
All right. I think I take the for a human. I take that one chick that has the metal shit. What they call a circuit breaker or some shit. Whatever they call it.
Circuit Breaker. Did anybody
Yeah,
pick her?
I thought somebody
I don't
did.
think
that's a good one.
so.
Nope.
No.
I remember it from the
Check the
comics.
list.
See that? Nope. Just say nope.
She was like in the
Basically
third.
picking a superhero.
See that? Nope. They don't know how to pick her. See that? Okay.
Yeah, no one.
Ooh, she's specifically
Well,
able to
Marissa
destroy an
Fairborn.
armor.
To the
So,
top of your forehead, man.
Off the chain right there. And then I guess my next transform, I guess I guess I go with a random. I'm just gonna go ahead and pick Liokaiser. So I don't know if nobody picked him yet.
Someone's already picked them.
Okay.
Somebody
Cyclonus
has
got
them.
him.
Yeah.
All right.
Cyclonus got him.
CYCLONUS, yep.
So somebody pick
And
Liokaiser.
he's a combiner, isn't he?
Yep.
CYCLONUS.
Yeah, to Victory Saver, right?
I had
Someone
them.
had
I think so.
somebody had a saber of some
Yeah, I had
kind.
them. I had Victory Saber.
So let me see. Let me get the Beast Planet Scourge.
oh,
The
from
one that's the
Transformers
dragon
Cybertron,
and
yeah.
Cybertron.
Yep.
Good man. I
Cybertron's
need to
good.
finish watching that.
Nobody picked him?
Nope.
Nope, nobody picked it.
Dang. Damn, I just come out the woodwork, huh?
I like that Komodo dragon from that planet and the wolf.
Repugnus.
Snarl.
Yeah.
I like those two from the Jungle Planet. And I used to have the Jungle Planet Optimus Prime and Megatron when I was younger, but
I
they're
have
back
those.
in Virginia.
Yep.
Let's see,
Okay, can we
Force,
start the battle?
Scourge.
Yeah.
Well, did we ever figure out what the name of that Megatron X Herald is?
I couldn't
Nope.
find him.
I looked up his entry. I see nothing there about him having heralds.
Yeah, I looked it up too.
Yeah, in Cyberverse, there's 3 or 4 of them, but they are in IDW comics.
So
Well,
I
what
know
do they do in IDW? Because I know IDW better
Because
than
I know Tarn,
Cyberverse.
because you got Tarn. That's the only one that people know of, but there's 3 more. There's 3 more.
I think Calvin has. I got Bludgeon, God Neptune for his combiner, Beast Wars Neo Galvatron, that Mega. I want to say Mega Man X, Megatron X Herald, Cybertron / Galaxy Force Scourge. Was there like a bot that I missed? He has one more bot going by my list. Calvin has one more bot. I don't, unless I missed something.
I think they're the ones I have on my list, but that's crazy. Y'all can't find it.
Well, if you can't figure out him, then you got 2 more spots rather than 1.
All right.
What was boy's human character's name? The guy with the porn stash.
Evil Tom Selleck.
Yeah, him.
Evil Tom Selleck.
I'm gonna write Evil Tom Selleck. I like that better. And I can actually remember that.
I can see some type of Guardian of the Galaxy type of show around him. Around Dirk.
Mm-hmm. Hopefully.
Oh boy. Yeah.
What's
That's
Steve
all I know
talking
for
about?
now.
I have a dumb question, but I'll wait for Calvin to think first.
I think that's all I got, man. The rest of everything else is a damn repeat.
Well,
Take a
Professor
G1
says,
character.
Yeah, Liokaiser was a smart pick. A smart guy beat you to it.
That's okay.
What about the
Let me see. Ooh.
Calvin, how about Nitro Convoy or the Prime on the racing planet in Cybertron?
I tell you what. Screw all that. Have y'all picked Megatron yet?
Megatronus?
Yep.
No one. Nope.
Nope.
No one's picked Megatronus.
And what about
that's
Solus Prime?
Isn't he a god?
Yeah.
We
are specifically not like doing gods.
Solus Prime.
Yeah, since we can't figure out who that Herald is.
So yeah.
No one's picked him, so I got you down for Bludgeon, God Neptune, Beast Wars, Neo Galvatron, Solus Prime, Circuit Breaker, Cybertron, that Dragon Scourge, and Megatronus. That sound right?
But I thought we were not.
Yeah, it's the Beast Wars Neo Galvatron.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Okay,
yeah,
got it.
Okay. Beast Wars Neo Galvatron. I knew who you meant.
Okay. So I got one more.
I'm gonna ask for.
No, you guys are both at your 6 bots and your 1 combiner and your human. You're both full team now.
All right, cool.
A 4th time? I thought we're not picking god bots.
Yeah.
Yeah, no god
Have
bots.
you seen Beast Wars Neo and how goofy the C-cons are in that show? They're like Beavis, like imagine 5 Beavis and Buttheads running around. And one of them
they're insane. They're funny as shit.
Like the female one is like has the hots for the squid named Scuba, and then the buffalo has the hots for her, and she's like, "No, stay away from me. No, you creep me out, you big burly, overly muscle bound weirdo."
Yeah. Good
so
shit.
are all the picks in?
Yep.
Well,
Yep.
You say yes? So
Okay.
question,
I got them written down. I can.
I'm gonna ask for a 5th time.
But Calvin has
I'm gonna ask
Solus
for a
Prime,
5th time.
which I think isn't allowed.
Okay.
Megatronus and Solus Prime. I'm not allowed because they're god bots. Otherwise, I would have said Children
That's
of
true.
Primus. I'm taking them all. Right? Sorry, Calvin. Gotta play by the rules.
Ain't no damn rules. Rules are meant to be broken. What you talking about, Willis?
Play by the rules, Calvin.
There's such thing as rules.
Calvin's back to picking 2 more again.
Yeah.
So I got to pick 2 more again.
Mm-hmm.
So Megatronus was in the Cyberverse cartoon. if I recall. And let me see what else.
Calvin, you
Okay.
could pick that Nitro Convoy from Cybertron from the Racing Planet. That's a high level bot.
Ick, gross. Like I just said. Let me see. Let me see.
Jesus.
Let me pick Barricade from the War for Cybertron game.
Oh, the one that just got a gamer figure, yeah.
Okay.
And so I can pick another one. So I think I will pick. I think it's Bombshell from the War of Cybertron game. No, I take that back. Let me get Grimlock, the Fire Grimlock from the game.
Someone has the game.
Fall of Cybertron Grimlock specifically. Then
the Fire version of them.
Not the Fire. We got the.
No.
He has to get a certain level of angry even to turn into Dino form in the game.
Crazy.
Was it like Vegeta or something? Burst in the flames. Gets mad.
Vegeta, how do I become a Super Saiyan? I wanna.
So okay then. So have anybody picked the King Grimlock?
Wasn't that like in that one that Grimlock series came near towards the end of IDW having the rights, right? That mini series.
Yeah. No. I pick him then.
Okay. Yeah, King Grimlock. Okay, so that's a different version. I mean, he's very similar to his G1 self, but for the purposes of this exercise, he's from a different continuity.
All right, so now, Jonathan, what was the name of your website to put all the names in again?
wheelofnames.com.
I'm impressed with you guys' knowledge. I feel like I'm kind of coming to a gunfight with a rusty knife.
That's why Johnny, that's why I'm hoping I
still feel that way against most of these guys.
That's why I hope I get one of you two.
I keep trying to tell you, man. Expand your memory. Expand your mind. Stay away from the same characters. Expand. You will learn more.
I don't need those other universes.
Yes, you do, because it's all a part of G1 continuity. They never stopped making a cartoon, bro. People still stuck on the same ones in America, bro. Get off of that. It's time to go to the next level. If you don't go to the next level, you still stand in the mud. You ain't going nowhere. You still standing still.
I'm still not over them replacing Luke Duke from Dukes of Hazzard. So how you expect me to change from that to another Transformers?
Hey, Luke Duke came back though.
Never been the same.
That is true.
Both of them did. They switched to Coy and Vance for like half a season, and then after that, yeah.
I remember that.
Both Bo and Luke disappeared. Everyone else stayed, and then when they came back, their salaries were so much they couldn't afford to jump the cars anymore, so they used models to jump the cars, and the show just you see downhill from there.
You see the hand in the shit like,
yeah, man, I sent you a picture of the list that I wrote down for him.
Okay.
So in case you lose your piece of paper or you get a chance to take a picture of it, so that way if you lose that note, whatever you have it written down on, you'll have it on your Instagram in your DM.
Oh, there it is. Generally, you see that spin?
Yeah. It's all dirty.
What was that, Jada Toys? Who was that, Jada Toys, Charlie?
Yeah. No, I don't know. Outer World.
Is that mystical General Lee that transformed?
No, weird.
They've never made one of those.
No, I know. That's why I said the mystical.
We'll go nuts over that.
Oh, I'm sure someone customized.
Yeah, they have. It's called it's in a video called a General Problem. Jazz with a General Problem, and it's fucking brilliant.
Nice. Yes.
It's ancient but well known at this point. Well, not ancient, but like I don't want to look up the year it came out at this point.
I already feel old enough, Anthony. You don't need to pile ancient on top of it, okay?
I include myself under that bracket when I because I remember watching that when it came out, and I'm like, I don't want to look up how long ago that actually was.
That's funny.
Just
I
5
know,
years
that was
ago.
like 6 weeks ago. Yeah.
Oh shit! Somebody got the wheel of death. Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Okay, so let me explain
There's
this.
somebody
Okay,
with
so
hold on.
So
There's
how we're gonna-
somebody has feedback. Somebody has some feedback on their mic. Check.
I got feedback. Let's spin the wheel.
all right, so this is how we're gonna do it. So we're gonna pick 2 names, and then the rest of us vote on those teams to see who passes on to the next round. And then we're gonna pick another 2 people to face the next person who won for the previous game until we have 1 man left. You're
Well,
not
do you
allowed
want
to vote for yourself.
Do you want?
So this is basically like a tournament bracket.
Do you want to give people a chance to comment on the team and everybody else votes?
Oh snap!
Yeah, you can do that from whoever's watching, and then we can talk amongst ourselves.
Friends can't vote for friends because they're friends.
Well, I don't have any friends, so
Don't let friends vote drunk.
Only love
Cheers.
All right.
I'm on the
So-
wrong camera. Y'all can't even see me cheersing.
Let's see who the first matchup is.
Yeah, we got so many. It's funny. We got so many people that like are
Let me slow this wheel down
our
right
thing
quick.
in the corners getting cut off on the top and bottom.
Not me. Is it me? God damn it. All right.
ToyFax.
Who am I going against?
All right, who's he going head to head with?
Guys, check your mics, man,
Mr.
because I hear
Buck, we're getting
feedback.
feedback off you again.
Off me?
No, Stephen
Well,
Buck.
it might be Steven.
Yeah, there we go. It's gone. All right.
Oh no!
Yeah, boy.
It's your boy.
Yeah, boy. Who am I going against?
This guy.
Hey, Spin.
Yeah.
Oh, hold up, I got it. Hey, Spin. Can you go to brackethq.com?
Oh.
Let me see if I can get that to you. Hold on. Let me chat it to you.
All right, let's build it.
So what happens next, man?
So we talk about the teams, and we see who moves up.
I don't see his team. Yeah, boys' team. It's new.
Oh snap! Somebody got a bird dog.
In the list on Instagram so he could pull it up if he wants to do that, so you know who you're fighting against.
Uh-oh.
Spin, can you see that?
Oh, I lost my connection for a second, so I'm back now. Okay, let me go to bracket.com. Well, what's the spelling of bracket? Because it's taking me somewhere else that I know where to want it more.
Hold on.
Porn site.
No, it's like actual metal brackets.
What the hell?
Get that.
Hey guys,
Get
somebody
that
has some
display
wicked
case
feedback
together.
here.
Oh no!
Like ToyFax got scared and he left.
Oh no!
He might have been. It looks like he sent us chat message about the bracket link. So maybe when he went to get the link for that, he got logged out. Because I know when I looked up, I took a picture. Then it logged me out, and I had to log back in earlier. So that might be what happened with ToyFax.
My friend. He bailed out because he's going against me. Let's not make excuses.
Those websites will do that to you.
Maybe he had something come up with his son.
No. My friend.
I'm trying.
He bailed up because he's going against me. That's it. It's done. I just sent my scrapplets and I ate him.
You lost to your boy.
Oh no!
Megatron. Not a Megatron, a Negativtron.
It's all over with.
He saw my scrapplets and he's like, I gotta go.
He's buying some soap and water.
Oh, no.
Well, not in the Prime version, but what in the G1 comics? Don't these realize if you get some soap and water, scraplets?
Remember what I said? Prime.
Yeah, water is a rare material where they're from.
That's why I amended myself and said the G1 ones, not the Prime.
Very good.
Yeah, well, how did they resolve the Prime scraplets? Since ToyFax isn't here.
I thought
they throw them into the ice.
No, but they were shooting them as well too, right? But they just came after. They just kept on coming. It was like a swarm.
Yeah, they opened
even
a
the
portal to the Arctic.
the little beetles.
I think the cold destroyed them or something.
Yeah. Who has that feedback? Is that you?
Right.
Kelvin?
No.
I said you got scared.
Everyone mute their mic and say.
I know no fear.
I don't believe you.
Hey, Span, I threw it back in the chat. See if you can see that one.
Yeah, either somebody got some headphones on or something, or they got a speaker.
Yeah, it's not me because I can mute right now and it's still there.
Yeah, I just muted too. It's not me.
Yeah, that might be Canadian.
It might be that maybe when I put my thumb down on my notebook pad instead of holding it in my hand, maybe that's what's doing it. Because right then the speaker's literally right against the table.
Oh no.
All right, let's
How
go.
is it?
I'm ready.
Acting weird. So, alright.
So,
I'm just gonna write it down as we go.
and if that doesn't work, what a bot.
So who am I going against?
Your boy.
Oh,
The lower right of it.
All right, have at it.
Get a person that I'm pointing at.
Drinking coffee. Or something. Alcohol.
Well, let's see. Well, we have to spin again.
What happened?
Kimmel. That's why you were.
Oh, Span, you got to do all the spins first?
No. Well, I got the first two. So what's the next step? So
if you want to, if you're going to use the bracket, then we can just spin them out and see who's going against each other, and then we'll just go down on the brackets.
Oh, yeah, the bracket wasn't working, so I was just going to write it down.
Oh, was it? Okay. All right, I guess spin again, see who's next.
Okay.
Oh, I think you have to give it a bracket name, so I'll do it.
Okay. Me.
Okay, so Steven versus...
Oh no, Steven T.
Nice, man.
Oh, good lord. No. The absent CYCLONUS.
All right.
Somebody's lighting fireworks outside my house. Is anybody getting that?
I could play. He was like one of the highest scored people with the way I was scoring the teams.
Uh-oh.
All right, we got Anthony.
So it's me versus D?
No, I'm going against CYCLONUS. And whoever wins now is who you're against.
I don't know that. Let me remove that.
Magnus versus Magnus is going against Anthony.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be fun.
Okay.
I'm not even paying attention. Have I played yet?
No, it's been Yeah Boy and ToyFax, me and CyCLONUS, Magnus and Anthony. Okay, Toy Warp.
How are they declaring the winners? I don't know.
Oh, we're gonna talk about each team and see who passes on. You can't vote for yourself. So since I don't know everybody's ability, I'm just gonna go off who has the cooler name.
Like, I mean, I wrote up like little tactics for everybody's team, so.
Oh, okay. Well, great. We can just look at that then.
Hey, read that off because I read them off I have them on Instagram.
That means I'm going against Spin.
Yep.
Yeah, boy, Calvin,
That's nothing. Magnus, handle my light work, would you?
Oh! Shots fired. We're getting you ringtones for Christmas.
Spinning.
What the hell is that, man?
Calvin.
That's
All
okay.
right, Charlie versus who?
Which is funny because, Calvin, I view you as a very hot-headed individual.
That's okay. All right. You're going to get fired tomorrow.
Didn't you have a post like maybe within the month where you were talking about, man, it ain't right the taxes to be charging for this pre-orders of stuff.
You damn skip.
I think if you saw a politician be like, you got to hold yourself back before you get in trouble with the Secret Service.
And they all got fired too. Yep.
Oh, shit.
Charlie and how do you say it?
Oh, snap. It's down to the two people. I think it's the final countdown, eh?
So I have to step away for like 5 minutes, but I guess we'll go with the first round of ToyFax versus Mike of Yeah Boy.
Let's get ready to
rumble. Can we see
All right.
visuals of who's on each team, just so we can like pop it up and then.
Right,
I sent a picture of who Yeah Boy and Calvin picked. It's in the Instagram DM.
Okay.
I don't know if you can split screen and show like on one half of the screen the picture of Yeah Boy and Calvin's, and then on the other half of the screen show your list you had all typed up.
Oh, snap.
Music. ToyFax. Or I can take a picture of the list I got for ToyFax and then Instagram layout it with Calvin's list quick. Let's see.
All right, let's go.
All right.
Oh, boy. Look at that right there.
Just dramatic font size increase.
Oh, boy. Look at that good old 2 weeks notice right there. Look at that right there.
I'm kicking your ass, Ice Man.
That's okay. It's all right. It's okay.
I'm Fireman, goddammit.
Fireman.
We going on Mega Man rules.
So you guys discuss ToyFax and Mike's. I'll be back in 5 minutes.
Call me
All right.
Johnny Blaze.
Uh-oh.
Okay, so remind me who's on each team.
So for my team, I have G1 Optimus Prime, G1 Rodimus, G1 Fortress Maximus, Volcanicus, Tarn, Soundblaster, and Gort, the Nebulon from G1 Rebirth Series, episode 2 out of the 3.
And Mike has Lockdown, Dirk Manus, and what were the others? Oh yeah.
Bullshit, and bullshit.
Yep.
Just leave it like that. Lol.
You were laughing out loud. Hell yeah.
Look at it looks like a rap group. Yeah, boy, Lockdown. I swear these dudes are Puerto Rico case right now.
Boy.
You got Dirk Diggler and who else?
Dirk Diggler.
Sounds like a Canadian rap group.
Jaxus.
Dirk Diggler. It's yep.
Ruination, the fall of Cybertron.
All right, gentlemen, I have I've got an auction I got to go win real quick, and I'll be right back.
No, you when I go to the auction, no.
I need these Transformers.
No, resistance is futile.
Calvin, since when do you encourage people not to buy Transformers? This is a reversal.
No, what you gotta do, you gotta put $200 on it, so that's gonna make everybody stall and pause for 15 to an hour, cause you're scaring them. That's how it's supposed to work.
Yeah, I wonder what kind of Transformers he buying.
Right.
Oof. I will say this. The last Autobot is a bit of a game breaker because he can resurrect dead characters. Like, that's just what he does.
Oh, shit.
He shows up in... He shows up in some of the final issues of the comic, you know, when they're in the middle of a big fight on the planet Clo, and he's just like, yeah, I'm just going to revive all the Autobots. We're winning this fight because if you kill them, I'm just going to keep bringing them back to life. We're finished here. And that's like how that resolves.
That's cool, but Optimus stopped playing.
If you had another Autobot on your team, wouldn't that deactivate him?
Good question. I would like to point out, Last Autobot is not indestructible. At the start of Regeneration 1, he gets taken off the board because Soundwave gets a kill satellite to fire at him from space and then blows him up, and that's like right at the start of the series. Because he's like, alright, the first thing we gotta do is get rid of this guy, because he can respawn people instantly. So, he can respawn other people, but he can't respawn himself. He's not indestructible.
Oh shit!
He's big and powerful, but not immortal.
I'm looking at him right now. It looks like Sparkplug built in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not worried.
He's sort of like a last line of defense because Cybertron gets messed up. Like they defeat Unicron, but the planet is still messed up and it's kind of coming to pieces. And he gets unearthed. It's like something left behind by Primus in case there was like an existential threat to the planet's survival, and it's him.
And he turns into a No Man's Sky jet.
Yeah. It's from like the very last few issues of the original Marvel run, like just as they were wrapping things up. Because the series was supposed to end with them beating Unicron, and then they got 5 more issues unexpectedly, so they were just like, planet's coming to pieces, last Autobot gets unearthed, we're doing an extra thing after Unicron's big end. Oh yeah, IDW Drift has that sword that's powered by his spark. Ruination is kind of an unknown factor because he wasn't really in anything. They made toys of him, but he is like all of the main wreckers. Impactor, Roadbuster, Whirl, Topspin, and Twin Twist, just in a combined form. So that is like a full squad that he's bringing with him. G-Axis is super strong, super powerful. He claims to be more evolved than Optimus or Megatron. Dirk, I don't know. He can con people, I guess. And Lockdown, Michael Bay Lockdown is probably the strongest he's ever been because he could solo Optimus and won up until the humans intervened. So that's like his power level, you know.
I'm on my show. So I'm not.
All right, so Optimus Prime G1.
Letting you know.
What's Havos Kid saying? No, knowing Tyler's persona, it's there's no convincing him not to get more Transformers. Yeah, definitely.
Oh no.
Okay, so Optimus and Rodimus Prime, the fantastic double primes, as they were called in the Headmasters anime. So Optimus is tough, but not invincible, like at all. Like he is on the high end of normal guys, but he is a guy. Same with Rodimus Prime. Fortress Maximus is, on the other hand, like a literal Titan-sized character, a giant city. He can stomp people out of existence. Volcanicus is all 5 Dinobots, so once again you've got a full squad that can take on the Wreckers. So it's like, who's better, the Wreckers or the Dinobots? I might give that one to the Dinobots, because the Wreckers are known for dying a lot. The Dinobots are not. Tarn, yeah. Nigh indestructible. He can sing people to death if they listen to his voice too much. Soundblaser is just Soundwave again, but with more cassettes. And Gort is the weirdest pick here. Without Highbrow, I don't think he's lasting very long in this situation. I think Dirk could probably beat him up with his fists.
Boy, Dirk, no, please. Dirk would get pimp slapped by Gort. He don't take no shit.
For all your scheming, I've yet to meet a person that can out-scheme my backhand.
Right? We don't know how strong these caps are.
He said the pimp slap.
Yeah.
I can imagine Volcanoes starting to eat the scraplets like their popcorn.
Wait, hold on. My scraplets are supposed to be in there. How come they're not? How come it's not there?
Oh no!
Oh, okay, we'll add scraplets.
Oh no, cheap.
Scraplets. You didn't put that in there, man.
Volcanoes would just eat the scraplets like the popcorn.
That's true. You have like 5 Dinobots there. They can just all do the Pac-Man thing.
Because the scraplets are going to eat everybody there. What are you guys talking about? Come on. I haven't said a word.
Now that the Dinobots will Volcanoes eat them first, though.
By the time they put the foot down on
Dinobots are
scraplet,
feeling
that
very
foot's been
Sunbowy,
eaten
they'll just tie
already.
bibs on.
Did you guys not watch Transformer Prime? Even the, what's it called? The Beetleborgs,
Yeah.
whatever they were called. They were afraid of them. And they ran.
Insecticons. Yeah, I will say, based on his picks, I think the last Autobot is the thing to beat here, because if they can't take him down, they can't take the rest of the team down, because the last Autobot can bring everyone back to life, even if they're defeated. So that's the big challenge in this matchup. You know, Optimus, Rodimus, Fort Max, Volcanicus, Tarn, Soundblaster, Gort. Can any of them take down the last Autobot? Because they'd have to do that immediately. Any other gains they make would be, like, completely nullified, because last Autobot can resurrect them.
So
That's
I
like
have
his
two.
thing that he does.
I have two
My scraplets
matrices.
and my last
So
Autobot.
those matrix do anything.
That's true. Is this a darkest hour? Because
Yeah,
they
and
only
the
work at that
scraplets-
point.
You got
They
that
didn't do
right.
anything.
We got,
Right, and the
we got
scraplets will
critters.
eat it.
Didn't do anything for Ultra Magnus.
My
That's why
scraplets
they
will
pick
eat
them.
the last what's called the Matrix. That's all I gotta say.
All right, so here we are.
Considered the hate
Who do you
flag at
got?
darkest hour, so the scraplets are pretty close.
So if we're using every power that we own, then sure. So I guess at this point, everybody, who are you taking?
Oof.
Last Autobot.
Do we
baby.
take the names and spin to see who'd win between the two?
You ready to do it that way, then, Bo?
I don't know. It might take a long time though.
Oh no.
I definitely agree with Anthony about Last Autobot, and I do feel like even though I made a joke about the Scraplets, the Dinobots eating them, or Volcanicus eating them, I do think they're a major threat as well. Because, I mean, it's so easy to get swarmed. It's basically like being swarmed by zombies, but even smaller, the smaller target. So it's harder to get a shot on them.
Well, if you think about it this way, Optimus Prime is like Jon Snow, and they like we're fighting the Night King. Who won?
I don't think Scraplet's going to do enough damage to Fortress Maximus to slow him down.
Yeah, trying to think of who can beat who, because G-Axis can beat Optimus Prime. He did that in Marvel a couple of times. Like he needed more than just him to take care of him. So, and Lockdown can solo the Michael Bay Optimus Prime, so that's the level they're working at. I think Volcanicus clears Ruination in terms of combiners, because I think the Dinobots are a stronger team than the Wreckers. So I think that's one thing where that's a point in ToyFax's favor.
Yeah.
Fort Max, though. Like G1 City Fortress Maximus. I don't know if we can beat the last Autobot, but then maybe the Dinobots can take him down. This is tougher than I'm thinking. There's no obvious thing here. Like, what it is they have the last Autobot and Scraplet combo, and it's can that team counter that? Can Fort Max do that? Can the Dinobots take care of it? Can Soundblaster use like sound powers to stop the Scraplets? Maybe because he can do stuff like that.
Yeah.
Actually, know what can get rid of all of that? Cosmic Rough.
No, nobody there has access to that.
Plague.
You can counter that with the Golden Gloom.
Sentinel Prime from the movie.
See your Cosmic Russ. I up it some Coruscant.
Yeah, there you go.
Course stop.
Yep.
That's how it works.
All right. So since we're at a draw here, let's go to the wheel of names, see who passes on, since we can't make a decision here.
Oh no!
I thought we were voting on this.
Oh! I thought everybody voted.
Oh, that's a problem.
Make your vote, guys.
I guess throw it in the chat so we can see it all and tally.
Yeah.
You can write anonymous.
I'm trying to get my phone set up where I have the stream on the top and the list on the bottom. Let's see, where was it?
Where do we vote?
Well, you know what?
Chat.
We also got to get votes from from our viewers, right? So if you guys want to, please vote in for me, and also hit the like button.
Just for giving Yeah Boy crap earlier. I'm leaning towards Yeah Boy.
Oh no!
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna say I don't know if there's anybody there that can clear that combination of stuff. I don't know. I think the Dinobots would be a lot better at this than I think maybe Soundblaster can counter the Scraplets. Maybe the Dinobots can possibly beat the Wreckers, but who can beat the last Autobot? Do we have anything? The thing that took him out was an orbital strike from a satellite, like straight up a laser beam from space. So is there anybody here that can do that?
Fortress Magnus is tall enough.
That's true.
Hey, all we have to do is take that thing to outer space. Let Soundblaster get on top and do his magic.
Another one.
That's true.
I got to go to my computer to vote because I can't do it on my phone here.
Well, which chat are we talking about? We're talking about the Facebook or the stream, just so I'm clear on what I'm doing.
On the
stream, private.
So far, it's tied.
Right.
Michael, you can't vote for yourself.
That's
Oh
not
yeah,
me.
we have to stay out of the vote.
That's not me. What are you talking about? My name is Yeah Boy. That guy, hey, that's not me. Look how clean shaved that guy is. Yeah, I don't like the sheep, Bakapue, whatever. You mean toy food.
All right, so who's the winner here?
Trying to get my spaghetti.
Batman's a winner. Batman is always the winner because he has money.
No, Batman loses to Iron Man.
Because I'm Batman.
Yep.
Iron Man and Batman both have the superpower of being super rich.
Yep.
But Batman is the superpower of being an investigator.
But you know who beats both of them? Black Panther. Yep.
He actually has powers, though.
Is the wealth and resources of a nation behind him, I suppose.
Yes, indeed, my friends.
Well, so far the votes are in, and you guys are still tied.
Oh, shit.
Oh, no.
Wow.
Did everybody vote? Is there anybody that's not voted?
Well, we can't vote for ourselves.
Because,
so
I voted.
Me and your boy are out of it.
Yeah, that's the thing. If you two voted, it wouldn't make a difference because you'd both vote for yourselves, so that's just another two in the same category.
All right, you know what, ToyFax? I'll vote for you and you vote for me.
Well, I say take it to the wheel of names.
I could try asking my cat.
If you've legitimately tied, which it sounds like we have, then I would say take it to the wheels to decide, but only as a tiebreaker if it is legitimately a tie, which it sounds like it is.
So why are we doing a check when
there's
we
a
don't
few
have
more? There's a few more votes coming in.
Yeah, let the rest of the votes come in, and let's hear something from the subscribers, from the watchers.
Oh yeah. The watchers.
Screw you. You know what? Hold on, Professor D. Really? That's all I gotta say.
Hey, Professor D's my man. Hey, thank you. Well, that's my wife, so she's gonna.
I was about to say. Hold on, let me get my kids in here. Hold on.
How many kids do you have?
Oh,
I got
man,
2 kids, my wife, I got my dog, I got my cat.
I have more kids than you do.
Hold on.
So
I'm
comes in handy.
Wait. Those are the ones that I bought.
If you give me 30 seconds, I'll make another one.
Hold on. Those are the ones that I know of. Let me what's called get my Latino side out of here. Hold on.
Oh, I got one of those too.
Holy crow! We got family members. Let me call my. I'm gonna start calling on my Latino family now.
Oh, snaps is all over with.
And they got like 20 names each.
Babe, get El Salvador on the phone.
Hey man, I got Uruguay, Argentina, Chile. I got the list. I got Brazil. My Portuguese family there.
All I have to do is say I came into an inheritance and watch how much new family I get.
Right. And the funny part is, I got my Italian side too, eh?
Oh, my wife is Italian too.
Is she?
Yeah. Well, she's Hispanic and Italian. Yeah.
Oh, she's like me then. Yeah, my dad's Italian, my mom's Spanish. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. That was quick.
See, she's in it, or she's on it. They're ready
to win it.
All right. So, who's moving on?
I mean, with all the votes that have
Maria,
in,
Maria, Gonzalez, Valdiva.
It's in favor of ToyFax.
Because nobody knows about the last Autobot. That's why.
Well, I can see
I know
why
about
the
the
way
last Autobot. I went on record as talking about his abilities a bunch.
I don't know. I'm not gonna lie.
Any strategy dealing with Orlotti's team needs to take him out, otherwise they can't win. So that's what it's about.
We'll take the win.
I'm
a competitor.
If you're saying orbital strike for the last Autobot,
you know what, ToyFax? Here. ToyFax, I'll let you win. How about that?
Thank you so much. I appreciate that. But hey, let's give a round of applause for him. You really do got the touch. You just don't have the power.
I gotta go for work. So can we do me a beer?
Now watch him turn around and kiss his wife after saying son.
Okay, I hear you. So let's get Fair Courage versus Magnus. Let me,
9 o'clock already.
All right, let's load it
Oh,
up.
yeah.
Oh, we got Magnus versus who?
If you guys have to do some people next week, you can. I mean, since CYCLONUS isn't here anyhow, I mean, I don't know. Next week if you have to.
Got my team over here.
Who's the names up? It's Anthony and
Magnus.
Mr. Magnus.
And
So
Bill.
Yeah, I'm going with Bill. I'm going with Bill because, not that I'm being biased here, but no, because he said anytime I come down, I can stay at his place, so I'm staying. I'm voting for Bill.
Well, I'm just going to say one thing in my favor. Real ones know that Rat Trap actually clears everyone, so in fact it should not be a competition.
Magnus and Anthony are super duper close in the rankings.
What's
My
the
rankings,
BW?
so for me, it's
My
going to be high.
Oh yeah, we
What's
didn't get B&B's. What did he write to? Didn't he write some scenarios now?
Oh, me? Oh, let me
We
find.
didn't hear that on the last round.
Well, I didn't do that because what's his name? Only just joined in, so Anthony was given a bunch of descriptions about Yeah Boy's characters, and he went ahead and did ToyFax. And I had already mentioned ToyFax's stuff to him earlier before we really started. But who was it again? It's now Magnus and okay. So yeah, I don't think I know I mentioned some of Anthony's stuff to him. Some of my thoughts about his team. I gotta find where Magnus is. I think he's fairly early on. Magnus.
On the screen right now.
So I wrote down I feel like Magnus team, Hound with his illusions, Bombshell with his mind shells and clones. Thundercracker with the sonic booms and Gigawatt with the time travel manipulation. I feel like they can play a really good mind games on the battlefield, maybe even more than one battlefield at once because of the Gigawatt's nature of his powers and Hound with the illusions and Bombshell with his clones and also his mind shell. So I see. Yeah, I mean, the only person I didn't really call out, Megatron is Megatron. So, Chip Chase could Megatron
was my wild card. That was the one that just got split on to me.
So, Chip Chase can wheel Megatron in his gun form, and Computron does his, typical combiner stuff. But otherwise, everybody else, is doing something crazy. Because, Magnus has a stacked, superpowered team. Meanwhile, I wrote
Forget,
for...
Chip Chase can rip a floppy disk in half with his bare hands.
Then Anthony, but since I did point out that I thought Magnus' team would be good at fighting on two fronts, I did point out that with Overlord being a mitotic spark, with his tank and his jet components, he can be at two places at once. Yep. So that kind of negates, that kind of evens out with, and especially if Hound's just using his illusions, he's not physically actually able to do anything. He's just able to surprise or scare people to think, oh no, there's 10 combiners coming for us and they're all illusions. And then he realized, once he realized that, it's that doesn't mean anything. So Hound's sort of he's only so useful.
Right, and if Computron is in a back Wi-Fi area, how good is he?
But Anthony has both Star Convoy and Omega Prime, who are both Star Convoy is a resurrected empowered like G1 Optimus Prime and a Japanese G1. Then Omega Prime is combined with a Magnus. Ironically enough, against someone named Magnus. And then, I mean, you got both Transmetal 2, Megatron, and IDW Cup get up to like time travel shenanigans and whatnot. So they could maybe, with their experience, kind of maybe, or their knowledge of time stuff, can kind of be like, well, if we lose, we can just like have some backup plan to kind of rewind stuff to where we're not losing, and maybe, and he can be like, oh, this was where we screwed up. Okay, let's rewind like it's Prince of Persia or the Xenoblade Chronicle games, and be like, okay, let's rewind, prevent that we got killed, and do something else. So that's OP right there. And then I wrote down Megatron, being that he's listed as in the Transmetal 2 Dragon form, he's listed as an Emperor of Destruction on TF Wixie, and then Cup in the IDW continuity. He has like an exceptional repertoire with B spots. He helps the IDW Dinobots get their bestial natures under control. Which I guess, I mean, both of Megs and Cup having a little bit more head game over B spots could kind of help them sort of like, hey, all the Bombshell clones, they can be like, how about you? Cup can be like, hey, Energon, Insecticon clones, I got Energon goodies. So all those Bombshell clones, Cup can just give them a bunch of Energon goodies, and Magnus loses all that clone army, and they're fighting for Anthony because Cup hands out the Energon goodies like it's Halloween.
This is getting expensive.
I didn't even see that just now. Is anybody? Yeah, so that's only B spot. So I mean, that would be what's going to bite Magnus in the ass. But if he doesn't use his clones, then Cup and or if Bombshell can get his mind control shells off of Cup, if Magnus is going to win, I feel like he has to take advantage of Bombshell. Magnus has to get mind control shells off on Cup and Megatron, Beast Wars Megatron first. Otherwise, if he doesn't do that before he starts producing clones like a swarm, then either Cup, Megatron, or both are going to be like, Cup's going to throw out the Energon goodies, and Beast Wars Megatron's just going to roar really loud, being dragon, and make the clones piss themselves and be like, okay, we fight for you now. So I feel like that.
I have a question. But don't all of the army come from Shrapnel, not Bombshell?
I think it varies on continuity. So
yeah,
I know.
I don't believe if it's G1, then they don't come from Bombshell.
Yeah, I don't remember how it all works. I used to remember if it was some of them, all of them.
I think that's Shrapnel.
Can make clones. Like, regardless, I will say that my greatest warrior on my side is facing the Cerebro shells.
All I'm going to say is that Toy Vintage over there got me thinking about cereal, so I'm going to have some right now, so don't mind me.
I'm going to have to get off here, guys.
Yeah, I'm about to go here too.
Yeah.
Well, cast your votes before you go.
Bill, I already told you, I'm voting for you.
Thank you, Arlotti.
No problem.
Cheers.
I'm going with Magnus as well.
I literally figured out my points, so they're like the two, like
so it's only Shrapnel and Kickback can make the clones in G1.
I chose Bombshell for the mind control.
Yeah.
Which can be just as good as having a bunch of clones because he can mind control everybody else's opponents, And God forbid if some sweeps from whoever has that happen to fly by on the way to their fight, he can be like, "Oh, let me borrow these."
Well, but in Fear Courage's defense, if he has the Megatron, most likely he's going to catch it, just like G1 Megatron did. So,
yeah. If I may say something else in my defense, I do believe that when the pressure is on, the mechanical whiz that is Rat Trap would be able to perhaps figure out a way to counter the effects of the Cerebro shells if pressed.
I agree with that. I can. That
you're not going to outthink Computron.
You just kind of just be like, mind wipe.
That's true.
Like, I want this guy's head.
But like I said, my combiner is there for nobody to be able to outthink him.
Yeah, you had
Computron.
That was why he was my first choice.
all the votes are in for this round. Winning this round is Mr. Magnus.
I know in my heart that Rat Trap survived, at least because he always survives.
Fucking rat.
He probably saw this happening and immediately dipped, because that's the character he is. He was like, "Nope," and then left.
You're all gonna die.
It would be a total annihilation fight. It
Yeah.
should be a win or lose.
nice.
Yeah.
Was it ToyFax or Yeah Boy that won here?
I won.
ToyFax.
Who won?
Why don't
Okay.
all the small mini bots have to have the New York accent? Like the old Brooklyn accent.
I remember saying that, like,
Buy my pizza.
I remember seeing a thing where Scott McNeil talked about, like, coming up with the Rat Trap voice, and it was because he was a short guy who was supposed to be tough, so, like, he just kind of somehow found a New Yorker voice full of moxie, because he was like, this little short, tough guy seems like he would have that voice.
Hey, Brooklyn Italian. It's the Brooklyn Italian accent.
So, Mr. Magnus,
Gentlemen,
yep.
4 a.m. comes early. Appreciate it.
All right,
Good to
Mr.
see you as
See you all
always.
next week.
Bill.
Peace out.
Great seeing you,
Alright,
Bill.
next week, sir.
I'm out of here too. So you guys have a great week.
All right, Charlie.
Oh, okay, Charlie. Good seeing you, buddy.
Oh, Charlie.
Take care.
And now we're down to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Are we gonna power through or what?
Who we got? Who's next?
You got TF Johnny versus Calvin and Torwart versus Spin in terms of people who are still here.
TF Johnny.
I say let.
I vote TF Johnny.
Yeah, let's take care of the East Coasters first. Well, I think everybody's on the East but me.
Hey, where are you based at?
I'm in San Francisco.
Okay, so yeah, I spent some time in California. My dad worked out there for a few years, and I remember going out there in the summer. Went to the mountains, the deserts, went up to Washington where my aunt and cousin lived, and saw like Mount St. Helens maybe only a year or two after it erupted. So you still saw all the trees knocked over. It's nuts. And it's
Nothing's changed.
It's crazy how condensed it is on California. I mean, it's how close compared to Virginia, like how close together you go from like beach, mountains, and Rocky Mountains and desert. We only have the first two in Virginia, not that last one. Because I'm maybe like 3 hours from beach and mountain from when I was in Richmond, Virginia. And I think I'm closer to mountains and beaches than I would have been.
Yeah, it's an acquired taste out here, but once you get used to it, you love it.
Expensive, cost of living.
It's not that bad, folks.
Shit, I live in DC. Cost of living is horrible here too.
Yep,
DC's
not
higher
that
than San
bad.
Francisco.
I know as a fellow DMVer, I can I agree.
Oh, Richmond is a lot cheaper than DC. Believe me.
Oh well, no, I just saying like about being from because I used.
Oh,
well,
yeah.
you know, you know how people say like a bad night in DC is better than a good night in Richmond.
Damn.
Well, I consider myself a Richmonder, but I'm like, no, I agree with that. I'll be like, yeah, I'd rather party in DC.
There you go.
I got drunk
You still-
plenty of times in DC.
Oh, yeah. Mhm. Who's the next battle?
Let's see.
Yeah,
Let's
yeah.
say we do one more battle and then save the rest for next week. So
Yeah, there's
Bad
Chip,
news,
John,
I ain't coming back this week.
Full Warp, and Spin.
all right, let's go with Toy Warp and myself.
Okay.
Just before Shiva Kobe says, in 1980, I went to Mount St. Helens, which wasn't all that long after the eruption, since it was like July, on the way to Disneyland, and we stopped and had a look around.
Wow, I was an infant in 1980.
All right, so let's see. Toy Warp and myself. So,
All right, who we got?
All right, let's see this matchup. I'm just pasting it at the bottom.
Okay, I got
I think I made my decision already.
Okay, Toy Warp and Spin. Okay, I have the same.
Scorponok's
Toy
a
Warp
big one for me.
had Shockwave on his team. He's like my favorite Decepticon.
Oh, see, I win. Moving on.
He's on my favorite Decepticon.
You know what, Spin? I'm sorry. Spin.
I love the name. I love the name Murder Prime. That's great.
Well, that's the reason why. And Spin knows already, man. As soon as I saw Murder Prime, I gotta go with Toy Warp.
I had fun with Toy Warp. I had fun with coming up with something for Toy Warp. All of his bots, except for Devastator, because they don't have combiners and Forged to Fight. All of his characters were in Forged to Fight in some sort of capacity. I mean, he didn't have Megatron X specifically, but there was a G1-ish style. I mean, Megatron X is somewhat G1-ish, but just more accomplished, because he actually takes Optimus out and stuff like that. But like I know, like in Forged to Fight, you have Warriors, which you don't have any, and they're strong against Scouts, which Skywarp is. But the thing about Skywarp, because he does his teleportation powers, he's like a Scout that's worth 100 of most Scouts. Because of his teleportation, he can do the work of like 100 regular people as a Scout. And then, trying to remember, Warrior. Oh, I got it written down. Then Shockwave and Force to Fight is a tech class, and he used to be one of my mains back on the Kabam server, because Kabam closed the game early this year. But he was one of my like 5-star bots. He's a beast in Force to Fight, and then I was gonna say, is it G1 cartoon Shockwave or G1 comic Shockwave?
Comic Shockwave.
Oh yeah, you're
comic specific.
Yeah, so Spin screwed then.
Damn, you could just went to the Transformers Prime version of it.
And you got this G1 comic Grimlock, because he becomes a leader at some point, kind of like Shockwave does.
Mm-hmm.
Because I mean, especially in season 3, Grimlock becomes sort of a comic
relief. Yeah.
So in Forged to Fight, both G1 Grimlock and Bay vs. Prime are like really good brawler types. Whereas Megatron, G1 Optimus, Rodimus, Ultra Magnus, all the G1s of those are what's called Tactician class, and they beat, in a rock paper scissors relationship, beat Grimlock and Bayverse Prime. So knowing how you feel about Bayverse versus G1, I figure you would get a kick out of that. Knowing that the G1 Megatron and Optimus just have to go rock paper scissors the Bayverse Prime and Megatron in the butt. Then
Go ahead.
But yeah, and I feel like, I mean, Devastator's a 6-bot combiner, so I mean he's bigger than a lot of the most big because of that. I mean he's a big combiner among big combiners.
But Devastator can't fight.
Yeah, he doesn't have that savagery of like Predaking and Volcanic and the Dinobot combiner and whatnot. So I agree with that. I mean because there aren't they like in like I know there's like plot holes with like wish for what their backstory is in the G1 cartoon, but like
it's not G1 Devastator though.
Oh yeah, it's Combiner Wars, right?
Yeah.
That's a big box.
Okay, that reminds me. So something Pacific. This might be just more for trivia. So something that's kind of interesting about Combiner War versions or the Prime Wars versions of the Combiners versus other media is that they're almost like addicted to being combined. It's like they feel compelled to be combined. It's almost like painful for them to be separated.
Well,
So you know how in G1 in the cartoon, sometimes their conflicting personalities interferes with their ability to function as a combiner as good as possible. That's not a thing in Combiners Wars because they're so desired. They're like they want to be combined. He's a better Devastator. Combiner Wars Devastator is going to be more precise and capable than G1.
Well, there's a few combiners from G1 in the later part where they have that same mindset of they would rather be a combiner and they're forced to separate just because of how dangerous they are.
See, for me,
some like Swindle didn't want to be part of a team, right?
He's always been a butthole, regardless of the continuity. That's just sort of his thing that he's known in every version of him. Is that he's a jerk? He's a greedy jerk. He'll sell his own. If he had a mutter, he would murder his own mutter for enough money.
Yeah,
it's true.
That's
It's not even Swindle. I mean, what do you want? What do you want?
He would eat a baby if he got paid enough. He would eat a whole continent's worth of their children if he got paid enough for it. He might not like it, but if it's getting paid, he'll still do it if it's enough money in it for him.
Question: What party do you think Swindle runs for? He's a Republican or Democrat?
Independent.
He's just an independent. Swindle is an independent because he only cares about himself. He has no party loyalty. He would be playing Autobots and Decepticons against each other. He would be, if he was a weapons dealer, he would be selling weapons to both sides.
Yep.
He would literally get done selling weapons to the Decepticons, goes across the street to the Autobots.
See that? He has a point. Who can take on G1 Titan Scorponok out of that group?
Yeah, Spin. Oh, that reminds me. I got so focused on Toy. So let me see. What did I say about Spin? Okay. So something I know. I'm not a big combiner guy, but something with Spin specifically. He was the only person I liked the combiner of because Defensor, I mean, his component pieces, a lot of them are like medic loaded teams, because they're, ambulances, police, emergency helicopters. So he's kind of and then the combiners in general sort of act like what tanks are in MMO, RPGs, and D&D. So he Defensor is sort of like a big old paladin, like those knights that have like healing magic and you can take a lot of hits while also saving everybody else. So whereas let's say Bill with his choice has like the very smart Computron, but I mean Spin's combiner was the only one I really got into.
And he's got a medic on his team too, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, because is it first aid?
First aid.
And then,
well, if you take it that way, he's probably more like Muhammad Ali, Defensor, because he probably let you tire yourself down trying to penetrate.
And a question about Scorponox. Now, I know he has, when he's in that static base mode, that's a saying, is people, well, I assume, like, obviously, if, like a horse, you know, like if some robots just want to ride him when he's in this big scorpion mode, they technically could, but can he operate when he's a scorpion? Is there like any components of that act as like a mobile base, like a sort of like a Metal Gear Solid mecha, like where it's mobile, or is it just like a pure beast and it doesn't have like cockpits for anyone when it's like that scorpion? How does that work?
Well, he can host people inside him in his base mode. That's about all I know about that.
And then, I mean, we never did figure out, like, so some of, like, the cassettes, because I was so hoping, I wanted to see Spin and ToyFax go against each other so bad because they had, you know, Soundwave and Soundblaser. So, I mean, like, if you look at the cassettes, so you got Garboil and Hellback, who were, like, the Cobalt Sentries, who were basically the GJD before the GAD. They were, like, the Gestapo of the Decepticons. Then you got Senator Ratbat, who has been a leader-level bot. You know, he's been in charge of Decepticons. So you got that very capable, even though he's merely a cassette bot, a leader-level character there. Elite, you know, guards. Then you have a little mini combiner with Beastbox and Squawk Talk. You have a medic via the kind of the payover. It's the same body type as Ravage, but it's called Guilt, and he's a rare Decepticon medic. So even if Defensor is too busy fighting, you can have Guilt doing the whole medic thing. And then obviously you get the ones everyone knows, Rumbler, Frenzy, Ravage, Laserbeak. You got 2 double agents. You got Flipsides, who basically looks like a pink eject/rewind, and you have Sundor. And then you got the 2 dinosaurs, Overkill and Slugfest. And I know in theory, Overkill can be like, oh, I feel like being as big as Grimlock today. Or I want to be as big as Tripticon, but because a lot of times because he's so glitchy, he basically is like, I'm going to be a big dot, and then he goes back to cassette size. And we're not talking about he can be like little, like actual physical mini cassette tape player size dinosaur trying to bite you at your ankle. And you're just like, yeah, no. But at the same time, if he gets lucky and he doesn't glitch, he can be as big as with his mass shifting with his he can adjust his size at will. He can be like I said, as big as Grimlock or Trypticon if he can manage it, not be glitchy that day. So that would be a big thing right there, is with Overkill, and then Guilt being a medic, and then Ratbat being like a high-end leader-level character. So, I mean, that's 3 heavy hitters that kind of piggyback off of having Soundwave. Plus, you got 2 double 8, like, punch-counter-punch type cassettes that could do espionage work for Spin. Yeah, I might like cassettes just a little bit too much.
All right, so I think we should take it to a vote.
We'll do a verbal
this is
one.
difficult because one challenge for me is, on one hand, having a bazillion cassettes feels like it tips it one way, but I can also picture Murder Optimus Prime just cutting a swath through that entire crowd, therefore nullifying it.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
Yeah, what I'd be worried most about would be G1 Scorponok, but I think my brawlers could keep them busy long enough for the rest of my team to take out everybody else.
Yeah.
But then afterwards, Scorponok would be a problem.
See, for me, it's
I'm just like imagining most of these Sunbow cartoon guys reacting with abject horror at Murder Optimus, but combined with Megatron being like a surly gladiator, I feel like he'd be able to immediately like get on his level.
No, for me,
I
for
loved
me,
his
it's because,
personality
you know,
in that. That's what the only redeeming quality of that whole entire show was Megatron's smartass personality. It was great.
Yeah.
I forgot to say,
No, no,
because I got Soundwave. Don't forget, you got Blurr, who's a speedster, and Smokescreen with, well, his namesake Smokescreen, and that's all. You could have Smokescreen basically putting out Smokescreen to hide Blur's presence, so he can even more so than normal take advantage of his, super speed to get surprise attack on people because you can't even see him coming if there's enough Smokescreen from Smokescreen out.
Just shoot the cloud. He's got to be in there somewhere.
True. If there's a big enough cloud, it's gonna be, if he can be Smokescreen, it's like I'm gonna fire out a whole Tripicon size cloud of Smokescreen out of my butt.
I think your boy was
So
trying
is
to
it
say
like
something.
one Blurr in.
So is it like Call of Duty, like when those kids that throw smoke screens and then they have thermal vision and they can just look through the smoke and shoot you?
But
I
if you're
guess.
so fast,
Especially about that thermal vision.
you see Blurr in everywhere in that cloud all at once. But if he's moving around so fast enough,
Wouldn't he blow the smoke away with his feet?
Oh damn, that's true. You hurt my feelings, Johnny. I thought we were fellow DMV brothers.
Oh, I'm just saying.
No, yeah, that's true. I totally forgot about that. Well, I guess that we keep them divide and conquer, so you can have Smokescreen uses a Smokescreen to get the sneak on, whereas Blur's use just being as fast as he is to get his sneak attacks in. So you can have them divide to conquer to get sneak strikes on people. Being like the American Revolution in this piece, just.
Well, Professor D says Fairborn might be Carly, and Toy Warp has a cooler, more well-rounded team, but Spin wins on technicalities. But then also says Japanese G1 Scorponok, Sunbow or not, is fine with killing. He'll eat Bay Prime.
As the person in charge of the comments, you could always be not showing us the ones that aren't in your favor.
So, do you know anything about Megatron X?
I don't even know anything about Megatron X.
He's a Muslim.
He's Megatron from a universe where he won, basically. Like, he won the war, he took the Matrix. He's the Megatron triumphant, basically. G1-ish Megatron triumphant.
So he's G1.
Yeah.
Like, if any of you are like Final Fantasy fans, basically Megatron X is the Kefka in Final Fantasy VI, as regular Megatron is that Mother's Board Sephiroth from Final Fantasy VII.
I thought you was going to say he was an Aeon or something. I was about to say, okay.
Wow.
He was an Aeon
from
Final Fantasy. All right. You did that.
Yeah.
Well, suspense is killing me. Let's have you guys vote.
First, my mom heard me, Other World Fantasy X. My mom thought that was Purple Rain once when I was listening to it.
Wow.
It's like, I don't even know what it sounds
regardless
like.
That was a great game, man.
Regardless of how the rest of the fight goes, I have this really clear image of that scene that everybody remember that showed up in all the trailers for last night with Optimus doing the slow motion spin and killing everybody. But it's all the mini cassettes, and then all the Sunbow guys are just like, ah! Like, no matter who wins, that's a thing that happens.
I actually talked myself out of being totally one-sided about Toy Warp's team. Now I'm like more 50-50. Damn.
Honestly, I've never seen any of the Bayverse movies. So I've heard of Murder Prime before.
I only saw the first one in theaters, and I know I rented.
He wasn't really Murder Prime in that one yet.
Not yet.
The turd. I never. Because I was sick when it came out, so I couldn't go to the theaters, and then I bought a copy of it. Then my nephew was going to be having to stay at the hospital getting the EMI for a day or two, so they had like a DVD player to set up. So I gave him my copy, and I never got it back. and I never got to watch it. But he's my little him, me, my nephew, my mom, and Musketeers going out to festivals and stuff. So I don't mind him keeping my copy of Bumblebee.
So I'm looking at both. I don't know. Everyone cast their vote already?
I casted mine.
Let me see if what I put down when I was going by my stat numbers.
I was leaning spin, but I don't know, man. Smokescreen and Blurr.
4-2. So going by my numbers, I had spin winning out the Toy War, but I didn't know what if Toy Warp's what was it, Grimlock and Shockwave were cartoon or comic, and I was leaning. I picked my stats more as if they were cartoon. So I would say if it's comic, if it was cartoon, then yeah, it would be spin. But if it's comic, Grimlock and Shockwave, then it's 50-50. And Toy Warp said though he picked the Marvel Comics, not the cartoon. So I'm kind of like, I don't know.
So some of the votes did come in, and Toy Warp won this round.
All right.
Okay, I gotta find it. Oh, my head.
Toy Warp wins this round.
Nice job.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what all the votes said? I thought you said partial votes.
I'm kind of actually glad now that Spin didn't go against Soundblaster, because I think it's more interesting that it was Toy Warp and Spin, because it's a more different. It's two different types of teams, whereas two cassette bots, armies is like, it's just a bunch of midgets running around. It's like a bunch of kids playing soccer.
Oh, little people.
Little yeah, my friend Danny, Children of Primus, he might have seen me tag like a post with my friend Hijabi Hooligan. She's a cosplayer out of the UK, and she has a friend who she has a friend who can do a male version of a character and a female version of a character, and she does the they pronoun, the neutral pronouns, and if I ever screw up to say she's like they. But I mean, I know she does it just to kind of like a little, if you have your kids kind of poking you with a stick, it's like that. She never has
a midget.
I grew up with Christians. I grew up in the Bible Belt, and then I also knew a lot of Christians, Muslims, Jews, Sikhs.
Yeah, I grew up in the Christian booklet.
I only major all the Middle Eastern origin religions. I've been around Baha'i, all the Indian origin religions. I had a neighbor that was a abbot of a Buddhist temple. He was a Cambodian guy, and he was literally the next major neighborhood over from me. And I would see him in Office Max in his Buddhist robes, the Buddhist orange robes that he got. I would just see him in a grocery store, at Office Max, places like that.
From what was the Eddie Murphy movie with the little
Golden Child?
Golden Child.
He wants a knife, huh?
Yeah.
Where you're asking for some kung fu lessons?
Okay, so from all of our from our draft picks so far, so of the round between ToyFax and yeah boy, ToyFax won. Between Fair Courage and
because I let him remember that.
Magnus won. And between myself and Toy Warp, won. So we're gonna have the remaining few done next week. So the one thing I want to throw out before, because I know it is almost a bit late, so we're going to be wrapping up soon. But one thing I want to throw out is anyone that's, say, within the Toronto area, and I mean, you guys could do this as well in your areas, is try to create a meetup for the Rise of the Beast movie. And it's just like everyone just meet up and we just all go together on the opening night.
When's it open?
Yeah,
June 2nd?
I see it with my nephew, because we're both my nephew and me are June babies. I'm June 2nd. He's June 20th.
Oh, my wife is June 2nd. I'm May 31st.
Yeah. I know. That Spider-Man movie is going to be coming out. The Miles Morales one, the second one, that's coming out on my birthday.
What?
Yep, it comes out on June 2nd. And like they're doing like a saying that their official Facebook channel, like certain people, if you're like a cosplayer or your birthday lines up with the movie's release, they have you on like the Spider-Verse team club or whatever it is. I would have to look it up on what my Facebook DMs, and you get like behind the scenes stuff, like info about the movie before it comes out. Because of my birthday being the same day, I get behind the scenes information.
I'm in Florida.
Oh, you're in Florida.
Florida.
Canada. Are you in Virginia now?
All the Canadians here are like within the same like couple hours of each other, and all the Americans are like scattered to the wind. Is the impression I always get.
That's the way it is with my Xbox crew too. Yeah.
Yeah.
ToyFax is 3,000 miles away.
I'm curious, Toy Warp, have you ever eaten alligator?
I have. It's delish.
I agree.
I wasn't impressed, man. I wasn't impressed with alligator at all.
My joke is that I hate alligators and horses. Alligators because I would visit my grandparents in Florida during the spring break, and obviously, you can't. Well, alligators aren't as bad as crocodiles, but I didn't live where the crocodiles were, so. But still, I couldn't hike like I would in Virginia. I couldn't do that in Florida because of the more intense wildlife. If I hiked in Florida like I do in Virginia, I would have been killed I would have died much younger. I wouldn't be alive. You guys wouldn't have never met me because I would have been in some alligator's belly.
It's not that bad, man. It's not that bad.
They don't bother. You don't bother them. They don't bother you. I just want to give them a hug because I like their smile. They're cute.
When you guys come to Canada, hold on. When you guys come to Canada, you guys gotta try beaver tail.
Yeah,
I try it.
Beaver tail.
I've seen beavers in the wild in Virginia, but
when you come, try. If you ever come to Canada, try beaver tail.
Oh, I'm regular.
That's delicious.
Here's Toy War. Do you have
Are you joking or are you serious?
And
I'm serious. It's a dessert.
Beaver tail. All right. So what does it consist of?
Google
Beaver ass.
Oh no, this guy. Oh no, this guy. Oh no.
I'm gonna destroy the mysticism and say that it's a large slab of fried dough in the shape of a beaver tail. You put like sweet things on it.
That's it.
Told you it's delish.
I was going to say I'm only eating female beaver tails. That's it. Only female beaver tails.
So Shiva Kova's says that I've had gator before, and it tastes like a cross between pork and chicken.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
Tastes like chicken. Everything tastes like chicken.
Yeah, the other thing I want to have is horse, which you can get in Japan, raw and cooked. Because I used to live.
Why don't you get a dog while you're at it? That's just weird.
Well, I hate horses. I lived near a horse stable for 14 years. Plus, it was at my swimming pool job. So whenever it was a hot summer and the wind smells the right way, I would smell the horse poop, and I would get horse flies. Those things are aside, and they bite. I hate those things. And then when I moved to Richmond, Virginia, I still lived near horses because I lived near the freaking police stable. The police horse stable. No, like really, I go to the city. I moved to the capital, Virginia, and I still live within walking distance of freaking horses. Man, I could not get away from these animals.
Just go to the supermarket. Listen, just go to the supermarket and order some mortadella, and you be good.
Oh, and it gets worse. This Christmas time, They had a horse carriage ride going around my block.
Game over. Game over.
The universe is fucking with you, man.
Game over.
Because I just want to eat horse once, just as a middle finger to horses.
Jesus Christ.
Well, if you eat bologna, that's how it works.
Just eat the mortadella or go to a French restaurant that has a head horse on front of it, and then you just ask for that meat. Because the French, they love eating horse.
I'll pass.
Hey,
I
but
knew
spin
there's
up.
something wrong with those Frenchies.
Since we're doing drafts, and again, we're not. Obviously, this wasn't like a level playing field in terms of base knowledge, across the board, But I think we should do an action figure one because we all collect, right? We should do like a figure one. I think that would even the playing field out a little bit. I think.
What you have in mind?
I don't know.
Or like I was
I mean, I
thinking
guess
like
it depends on what. Yeah. Main line, I don't know. Or, I mean, I know with third party Professor, I know Magnus.
maybe you could or like jumping off of what Johnny said, like alluding, like suggesting, maybe if there's like figures, like a Pacific figure that made you become a third party or an MP or Japanese, only shows. Like what's some like figures that are very important to what you have collected over the years that really shifted or added to your variety of your collection or your general direction of your. Like me, I was showing my Beast Wars Neo, Karada, and Arcade. It's like the reason you guys even know me because I remember Spin saw me commenting about Leo Convoy, Leo Prime. If I hadn't bought those two figures, I would have never got on Leo Convoy and being like, he's the Combiner Kit Slayer, And literally, that's how like Spin. You guys all met me because Spin saw me on Facebook going on and on about Leo Convoy. And invited me. So, yeah, these two toys, you can blame for knowing me. This one.
Which one you got? Which Leo Convoy you have? Which version?
I got the Legacy one, but I mean, before I ever saw the shows, I wanted Karada, who's Python, and I had Art Shadis because.
Yeah, that's the bird, the Archerix.
Yeah. I just thought their designs were cool. They're kind of like wild. They almost have a Wild West vibe to them.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I'm starting to want to get Stampy because he's a lot of the Beast
the rabbit.
Yeah, a lot. Yeah, he and those two aren't. They're not kibble heavy. Now a lot of the other ones are, but those three are very good at not being kibble heavy. I mean, it forms like. Their body, their clothing, however you want. Like his ears become his like arm blade. He's the one that you always see if it's Hasbro or Transformers official. They have a picture of a bunny transformer during each. That's him.
Stampy.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
And then the other one because other major Transformer toy for me was the She-6 gun. That was what got me into modern figures. It was at my comic shop where the owner lives like up the street from me, and I kept on seeing. I was like, I heard about them, how you could take them apart, and I got like on my Facebook like almost an album where I called my Transformer fan modes folder, and I got like so many different like. Animals, vehicles, type of jets, speeder bikes made from just one 6 gun. I made so much different things out of that 6 gun. Like I even wore out paint on the hands of it. That's how much I played with that figure. That's the only figure I've had bought as an adult.
It is due
that I played with that much.
It is due for another 6 shot. We are due for another one, and I got a feeling they're gonna come out with another one.
Yeah, I want because of okay, I see Johnny's in the dark, but Johnny's like after looking up about IDW 6 shot and how he sort of like
Saiyan Saga, Vegeta blowing up planets, being a planet killer. I was like, and then I saw that in the Japanese cartoon. He at some point, because I watched Chris McFeely's The Basics.
Yep.
How he gets stranded on a planet with Daniel, and they kind of survive, that planet together. And there's all these monsters and stuff. And I thought that was pretty cool. And then they finally, eventually, on the Japan side, because there's that redeco remode where instead of being a wolf, it's a rhino.
Mm-hmm.
And the Japanese side, they finally said he actually did change sides and he became whatever that red-blue 6-shot rhino character is called. And I was like, but I can, TF Johnny's like, he's got me on the, if I get people, like, basically TF Johnny's got me on 6-shot like I be preaching about Leo Convoy. Pretty much.
Nice.
He's converted me to 6-shot.
I tell you what, and that Origins, his origin story in IDW, I mean, the guy was ridiculously powerful. I mean, he was the strongest one other than, I can't think of the other, the one that CYCLONUS held the key for. It was, what's the name of it? Not Bludgeon. Was it Bludgeon? Might have been Bludgeon. IDW Bludgeon. But yeah, they were really, really strong in that. That's why I had to pick him up on the thing.
I got a post where I think it was like an annual from the IDW 2.0 where Bludgeon pops up, and I took pictures or cropped like some of my favorite panels and and just posted them together. I'll have to look up what that post was and tag some of you guys that I know that the Bludgeon, because that's like one of my favorite is like one-shot IDW 2.0 comics. That and the with the Brian, what's his name? Brian Breckley? Anthony would know.
Brian Ruckley. Yeah.
Like that epic, they start, break into the Senate, and so that park where you have Clinch, and he deploys all those cassette bots from his trailer. I love that scene. I want to figure out that version of Clinch. And
Anthony
then
should change his name to the Professor too.
And then is it issue 25 when the Rainmakers like bust through the Senate ceiling, and like Optimus is like, this is rain, and then it's like all hell breaks loose because of the Rainmakers, and then they take out Nova Prime. Like they literally one of them and cuts him in half, and it's like insane. Like
that was crazy.
I didn't care, but because of that, after I read that comment, I was like, I want that 3-pack now.
No, that scene was crazy.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind physically, even if I don't, because I read that digitally online. I wouldn't mind buying a physical copy of that comic just so I can see it physically bigger, in hand, rather than on my little phone screen or my laptop
I'll send
screen.
you a screenshot. I have the physical hard copy.
Yeah, I got a post of it. My favorite scenes from. I think I read up to where SxyLynx bites Warp in half. You're still alive there, right? Toy Warp?
Yeah, maybe.
Wow.
Toy Warp was in a coma. I was slipping into one too for a minute.
Hey, at least that says something if I associate you with Skywarp so much that I mix your guys' names up interchangeably.
Well, actually, it comes from my gamer tag on Xbox is Skywarp, so it comes from that.
Because I know sometimes I think, don't you have a Facebook account or something that you post maybe to some there's some Transformer groups I think I've seen you share some of your reviews or something.
Yeah, from the Toy Warp page, yeah.
Because I know there's some group that Patriot Prime's in, and I know he sold me on not the Siege Skywarp, the one that the Hot Link, and I asked like, hey, does anyone have both that Skylink? Hot Shot and those two Siege Battle Masters that made the Ford, and he like took and he was kind enough to like post a picture of it for me, and he's like, yeah. So he was a big part. Patriot Prime showed me a picture of that combination of the figures. he was a big part. That figure and him and Prime Pacifico were a big part of me getting into modern Siege onward Transformers. Because of him taking the time to find a picture of that combination of bots for me.
Okay, well, I would say, it's been another amazing evening. Before we wrap up, we get through to everyone. To ToyFax, what are you saying?
Sorry, say it one more time.
Before we wrap up, everyone give out their shout outs, promote themselves. So ToyFax, what's on the agenda for the week?
Well, we're doing some cosmetic work on the ToyFax app, so we're changing some stuff around. There's a possibility that I may drop all toys except for Transformers, where we're focusing on Transformers only. Seems like that's more of the bread and butter. More people are looking at Transformers, so I may just focus on everything third party and mainline.
Interesting. Okay.
Nice.
G.I. Joe's probably second in Power Rangers, and after that, then the rest of it's pretty much useless. So I'm thinking about just getting it off the app.
Cool.
Yeah, there's a few Power Ranger toys that I bought, just random characters. I thought that cool. I'll have to take pictures of them and tag you in the comments. But there's a few odd and ends. I don't know the shows. I just thought they looked cool, and I think I said like a week or two ago I needed to do that and tag you in the comments, ToyFax. I'll have to remember to do that tomorrow.
Appreciate it.
All right.
Cool. Toy Warp. What do you have upcoming?
Unfortunately, right now, life's just getting in the way. I have not been able to work on the Toy Warp, the YouTube channel. There is a new video out on the Cruises Motorsports channel, though, a review on Trackmania racing video game. And yeah, that's all I got for this week.
Wait, cool. I'm gonna check it out. Hopefully everyone else checks it out as well. And Fair, what do you have coming up?
Next bot review is Studio Series 86 Ironhide, the Voyager that is deluxe sized.
Nice.
Last time I looked at one of these, it was a Studio Series Hot Rod, so I'm seeing how this compares and if it's worth the extra price bump. Tomorrow's a day off, so it might get posted a bit late because I'm not going to wake up at my usual time because I don't have to go to work. So it'll be out tomorrow, but it might be kind of late tomorrow.
No worries.
Yeah,
but
real
yeah,
life
that'll be my
before
next one. Mm-hmm.
TF Johnny, what are you saying?
Yeah, I ain't doing nothing. Just Instagram foolishness. I keep trying to get the YouTube thing. I'm running into the same thing Toy Warp is running into. Just time, man. Like, even next week, if we continue this on, I have a birthday party to go to in Delaware. It's going to be crazy, but I'm going to try my best to, have a very active schedule.
Cool. Kobe
because of the wife.
Johnny, I am unaware of your YouTube channel off the top of my head.
It's just my name, but again, I think I have like 2 or 3 videos on there. Nothing major.
I'll make sure to subscribe.
Well, I'll take it, sir. You may be like my 4th subscriber or something, but I appreciate it.
Hey, you got to start somewhere.
You know what? Yeah. I'll subscribe to you, Johnny.
Hey, look, I appreciate you, brothers.
Same here.
Cool. I want to say, Steven, thank you for coming through. And but do you have anything to promote for this upcoming week?
Oh no.
I love anytime someone gets a duty to see your Calvin. Oh no!
Oh,
I'm promoting this.
Just what are you gonna do? Like, if it wouldn't be like the mother of all jerky moves, that's the point where you cut the actual stream off just so he doesn't get to say it. Not really. That'd be really funny.
He's back.
What was like? Wow, we got kidnapped.
I bumped my
There we
finger
go.
on the
Sorry, that was really funny.
button when I was going through the front door in the house. Okay, trying to say, what am I doing this week? I know Tuesdays I go make some art stuff. I'll be starting on some new project. So I've been, for the most part, every week on the Septembach Arts, both on Facebook and Instagram, posting progress. I used to too in Virginia, do a lot of dance photography before COVID. So I mean, it's after. So now I'm more shifted into paintings and drawings and whatnot, stuff like that. I think I'm going to be doing a sculpture like out of air dry, just room temperature dry clay. This Tuesday, so I might take a picture of some clay sculptures I have with me that I made in Virginia of a dryad and being reclaimed by her tree, and some other sculptures I have that I brought with me from Virginia. And then if I get a good progress with the one on Tuesday, I'll probably post that. Meanwhile, on B&B, so we don't get demonetized with my full Transformer Centric IG's name. Yeah, Perspective Inyus loves my name. He's like, that's the interesting name. I've been posting pretty religiously, almost even daily on there lately. The past week since Forged the Fight started back up. And I'm not even posting that about Forged and Fight for the most part. It's just, I mean, it's a mix of stuff. So, but I'm probably gonna, I know I got some stuff I try to limit so I don't spam like my posting, like anywhere 3, 6, or 9 posts at a time. So right now I'm trying to post weekly on Septembach Arts and B&B. So I'm actually getting back into a online routine because as an visual artist, photographer, that type of stuff, that's very important to, especially post-COVID, COVID world, it's even more now than before, getting your work out there online is more important than it was before then. But yeah, that's what I'm up to.
All right, cool. And then Calvin hiding in the dark. What do you got coming up for this week?
Yep.
Oh man, I'm gonna be out of state for a couple of days. I'll be in North Carolina.
NC.
Yeah.
North Carolina.
Starting tomorrow. Yeah. Only thing I just got is just my pre-orders. So half of those already showed up and wait no more to show up. So that's about it, man. They all coming in real good though. Hasbro been treating me pretty well. So yeah. I can't complain.
I spent a lot of time in North Carolina growing up because my auntie, my cousin Brian and Sarah, they're in Fayetteville. And then Nags Head, going there.
What pre-order are you waiting on, Iceman? Calvin, curious.
I'm waiting. Well, right now I have all my Gamerverse ones came in. So I'm hoping that Jazz and that Seeker might come out early because some odd reason everything is it pushed back for 6 months, but then they're just releasing stuff.
What Jazz and Seeker?
The Jazz is the color one, the orange one, orange and red.
Oh yeah. The Buccaneers color.
Okay. Yeah, it's a
Dorito Jazz.
Dorito Jazz.
You're talking about the Seeker with the taxi cab checkerboard on the print on it.
Cloud cover.
Yeah, cloud cover. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. I'm waiting on Primus to get me my space shuttles. Appreciate you, brothers, for that. They should be here on Monday.
No worries.
Oh, Galaxy shuttle?
Yeah.
I've been looking for
Dude, we haven't seen those here yet. What the is going on?
Yeah, I've been looking for those.
That's okay. We
I
still
see
don't
them on
have
eBay, but I haven't seen them.
the 86 movie reissues down here yet.
Wow.
Which one?
The 86 reissues, the Thundercracker, Hound, Hot Rod. The only one I've seen is Starscream because he's been out for a while.
Yeah, I've seen him at Walmart in my area. How much is it going for in Florida?
$33.
Man, 30 something, 34.
Yeah, 33.
Yeah, and here, in Canadian, it's like 4,700.
They're at my Walmart.
So
yeah. Oof.
So I was looking for the 2-pack, the Dion and Dawn 2-pack. It's only available in Canada. They're not available.
I've never seen it, and we got War Dawn early, but I've never seen it.
It hasn't got released
they're
yet.
at GameStop. It has gotten released.
Yes, it
They're only
has.
selling them from Canada.
What?
They're only out in Canada. Yeah, the Dion and Dawn.
War Dawn pack.
Not in my region.
Dion and Ariel.
Yeah.
And Shiva Cody says there's a couple of Galaxy shuttles last I saw in the Walmarts in Victoria, and it was kind of the same here. There was just a couple sitting on the shelf. I haven't seen them since, but no one in the States was able to get them.
I've never seen them in store.
Yeah, I think they literally just came out in Canada, and they just kind of like forgot about it.
And then just discontinued it.
No, the Galaxy shuttle. There's tons. Every Walmart or Toys R Us that I've gone to, tons.
Yeah, I've gotten all the reissues. I got them from Hasbro Pulse though.
Are you going back in time to go to Toys R Us? What?
Yeah, we have it. We still have.
Oh, we still have those in Canada.
Yeah.
We got Toys R Us too. It's just ours are in Macy's. Out here at least.
Yeah, but they're like far and few between. They're not in every Macy's.
Yeah, no.
We got ours is pretty big out here.
Canada and the U.S.'s Toys R Us had different owners, so the Canadian ones never actually shut down. So we still got like the full places.
Well, we're actually supposed to be expanding ours because the one store, Bed Bath and Beyond, that recently closed all their locations. The Toys R Us are moving into those closed stores.
Gosh, interesting. I mean, to be fair, like it's not a great place to shop at outside of exclusives because all their stuff costs more than most other Transformers selling locations. So there's also that.
Yeah, that's what made me mad that Toys R Us won the Toy Store Wars against KB, because I worked at KB for 7 years, and they won it, and we were cheaper. We had the same stuff, just cheap.
I love KB. KB was my favorite toy store back in the day.
It was so much fun working there.
Yeah,
these kids don't even know.
Interesting little twist about
in Walmart.
Right.
How exclusives are handled is we don't have Targets in Canada. In the U.S., Target gets Buzzworthy Bumblebee, all those red guys. In Canada, Toys R Us carries all of those instead. They just straight up do the Target exclusives. It's just one store, and the other store that each region does not possess just carries the same exclusive lines across the borders.
That's why majority of us Canadians order from Big Bad Toy Store.
Do you guys get the $5 flat rate, or do you have to pay more shipping?
No, we have to pay a little bit more, and then on top of it, when the figures do arrive to the house, we gotta pay an extra tax on it.
I'm bluish now.
That's when we always joke around about our prices being like $4,000, $5,000, right? So it's we get taxed galore over here.
Wow.
It does. It really does. Okay.
Hey, you really can buy it up there. Wow.
Just before we sign off, Shiva Cody said, I heard a new Toys R Us will open soon in Uptown Mall in Victoria. It's the old Mayfair
Victoria, BC
location.
I guess.
Closed last January for some reason, and they'll go into the Bed Bath and Beyond at Mayfair soon too. Yeah, so it seems they're doing this across the country, just moving into those stores that just recently closed.
Oh well. I guess more toys for us.
At high prices.
Damn. Jack my price up.
I am Optimus Prime. I used to have them in Virginia, and I saw them at my main store for secondhand Transformers, both box and out and without box. And I was like, oh, I gotta get them again. Because it's about, if I go an interesting route through West Virginia. I know I'm going the right way when I see the strip club / pawn shop in the church that are next to each other. That's where I know I got on the right exit. I got on and off the right exits, is by that. But I don't feel like spending about $200 to drive back to Virginia.
he has to collect a few toys that maybe don't even cost, that much, not even $100 altogether. So most of my old faves I picked back up here. So.
But, yep, Shibeko says only place to get the Target exclusives up here, and also said the old Toys R Us slot in Mayfair is apparently going to be an H Mart.
What the hell is H Mart?
Or Rocky.
Well, that's oh, what is it?
What is H Mart?
Yeah,
It's
I
like
guess
a
it's a
food
supermarket.
supermarket place for Orientals. It's like I should say an Asian supermarket. If you're into Asian cuisine, that's you go there, buy some food.
Alright,
Okay,
there you
well,
go. Waiting
there
for
you
the
go, Korean.
answer. Yep, Korean style grocery store from the States.
I love Korean barbecue. One of my favorites. Fusion barbecue.
Okay.
Nothing but beef and pineapple for me.
Nice. But
Still
once
some
they will,
pineapple on pizza.
we're going to sign off for the evening. And thank you, everyone who came through once again. So, until next week, which we'll do a continuation of the draft picks, and then also some other news and stuff that we want to catch up on. Everyone have a good evening, and thank you for rolling through once again.
Go Organize the Rise of the Beasts watch.
Yeah. Oh, and happy birthday to the late Queen Victoria.